Shall we get down to business? NHL 26. Haven't played too much of it lately, except for the 5-year plan videos on the YouTube side of things. And that is exactly what this is going to be. We had a channel point cash-in, for those who don't know what that is, especially how don't you? You're watching on Twitch right now. I have the option open. 500,000 points gets you as a franchise mode of your choice. And one zesty ham chose the New York Rangers, but left it available to me to pick whatever NHL game I wanted, which would make you think that like NHL 26 would be the last one I would possibly choose. And yeah, I thought so too. I was going to do this on NHL 2K10. But then I took a look at this Rangers roster. I did not realize just how badly self-sabotaged the New York Rangers have been over the last couple of seasons. Because this roster is a nightmare. And I love Chris Drury as a player. But as a GM, oh my God. Now, obviously, in a video game perspective, paying Igor Shesterkin's worse than it is in real life, but $11.5 million for a starting goalie in this game is horrific. Defensively, they obviously have Adam Fox signed short term, but you look at this defense and it's like, all right, you got some pieces and then not too much, like, you know, Morrow and EJ Emery, like it's okay, I get, but it's not great. And then that right wing side, it's Artemi Panarin, maybe Gabe Perreault if he develops, Matt Rempe, Lafreniere, who the worst thing that could have happened to him in his career was being a Ranger. Like, Will Cooley's good. You know, you got Malcolm Spence, like Othman. Like, there's a couple pieces here and there. And then JT, why would I even try when I'm in my defensive zone? The Captain Miller. Like, what the hell is that? And then you look, and it's like you really have... Like, it's a mess. It is a mess. And if it wasn't this bad, I would have gone back to 2K10 to try to get Lundqvist a cup. But this team is bad enough. I think it's going to be a challenge in and of itself. Just looking at what the hell this roster is looking like. So we are going to do this under the 5-year plan format that I've been doing lately, which is, you know, not immediately trading everything we can. But the end goal is to leave this team in a better state than where we have found it. Whether or not that includes winning something, I don't know, but that is the end goal. And I think this is going to be a little bit more difficult than I expected. Because this team, it's just not good. And like not much is going to change either in terms of the starting roster, right? Like, I'm going to see if I can make Scott Morrow NHL caliber to replace... Will Borgen's making $4.1 million. Oh, my God. Like, oh, my God. And it's like, if we can't get Gabe Perreault through the preseason training to get better, like, obviously, this team really sucks. All right, let's go over what the hell this roster is going to be then for Season 1 now that we're at the beginning of the preseason. Shesterkin and Quick in goal. Should be good, except top goalies don't. Don't do anything. Defensively, Gavrikov, Susi, and Vakanainen on the left. Fox, Schneider, Borgen on the right. Cool. At least we have Adam Fox. I mean, the Fox-Gavrikov pairing should be good. And then, the defense was kind of mad. Then I don't know what the hell the offense is going to be considered. Not good is what I imagine it will be considered. And rightfully so. Oh, my God. I think that's about it. Really? We have so many playmakers in the top 6. It is absurd. But Lafreniere, Miller, Panarin, Cooley, Zibanejad, Perro. Unless... You know, I really do want Gabe Perreault to win the Calder. So let's go Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Cooley. We're going to try to brute force the development of Gabe Perreault if we can. And hopefully he can deliver. It's at least a strong team down the middle. Outside of that, not so hot. And then in the AHL, again, we just don't have that much right now, really. There's a bunch of medium 9s. Adam Sikora is a high 9. Defensively, you got Morrow at a medium 4. Emery was at a medium 4. I don't think we had another medium top 6 in the mix here either, so... Again, it's not the deepest team on earth. I'd be pretty surprised if we're not sellers at the deadline. Okay, well, let's take a look then. Trade deadline is at the end of the week. We're 27, 23, and 9. 18th in goals for, 23rd in goals against. We have a stellar power play, so that's neat. But we're currently outside looking in when it comes to the playoffs, although not by much. How are the boys doing here? Panarin, 55 points in 59 games. Very nice. Mika's he got a little bit upset that we dropped him down a bit, so we put him back on the first line. He's doing well. 30 points for Will Cooley. Not bad. Lafreniere, 37 points. Not bad. JT Miller, 50 points. It's not bad. And then Gabe Perreault, 39 points. As again, we're just trying to brute force him to a Calder. Brennan Othman's got 11 goals. Okay. Trocheck, 45 points. Of course, he has power play time. Brodzinski's honestly been okay. Anton Bleed, 5 goals and a -10. Sam Carrick, 8 points and a -12. And Matt Rempe, 5 points and a -7 with 71 PIMs. We could definitely, if we're going to try to make a bit of a push for the playoffs here, could definitely find replacements for Bleed, for Brodzinski, guys like that. We put Fox with Schneider, which has been going okay. Gavrikov and Borgen. Borgen's not doing so hot. And then Susie, and we picked up Brody on waivers, and he's been fine. Actually been pretty decent. Shesterkin still rocking a 907, a 915 for Jonathan Quick. Again, that is why I was concerned about this contract for Igor, is when do high rated goaltenders... Oh, when do high rated goaltenders ever actually play well? So, I don't know. We're going to get to the deadline here. And if there's players to pick up, maybe we will. But I also want to take a look primarily at the trade options that we do have. Again, I don't get rid of players immediately, especially if they're on bad contracts. I don't find it fun to just immediately get rid of people. But I don't know. Let's see what happens here. What direction will we go? As Vinny Trocheck is apparently the top dog to get traded, but he's not going anywhere. Brant Clark's on the board, though. So in theory, if we were to make a deal, now we do have the Hurricanes first rounder this year, so we'll have to pay attention to how good they are. None of our goalies have any trade value whatsoever, right? I mean, we could, I guess, try to deal Jonathan Quick. Yeah, nobody wants him. Defensively, Braden Schneider's deal is up at the end of the year. He should still be an RFA, though. Should be. If we were to deal him, we could get 2 seconds in Gibson, Tommy Novak, Brian Rust, Lakira Maki, a second and a third. We'll hedge our bets with Schneider. Morrow's not going anywhere, and then after that, there's really no value. Like if we wanted to try to move on from Susie, which I mean we could. It's not great, but again, I prefer draft picks here, and nobody's really offering draft picks. So Susie will stay. Why not? Right wing side. So the big question is what happens with Artemi Panarin. We'll have to see if we can get him to waive the no movement clause. Brodzinski has some trade value because he hasn't been too bad for us. I mean, a 5th round pick from Colorado. A 5th round pick from Colorado. I mean, we might as well, because even if we were going to buy at the deadline, I'd still move Brodzinski anyway, because he'd be getting pushed out of the lineup. So it's a 5th rounder from the Avalanche and defenseman Alex Gagne, who is not good. But we'll take the 5th rounder. Thank you very much. Blockbuster deal at the trade deadline, baby. Is there anybody else? Othman, Berard, they're not going anywhere. Brisson. So for centers, nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. Right. So do I have the confidence that this team could go on a run? Not really. If we trade Artemi Panarin, if he's willing to waive his no movement clause, then maybe there's something else. But are you willing to waive that clause? No. Okay, so Artemi Panarin's not leaving. We also only have $3 million in cap space. Chris Drury, you are a hockey terrorist. As a GM, as a player, I love you. My NHL 2K cover boy. But oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, what could we even do? I mean, buying Rasmus Anderson. We're not trading Lafreniere and 2 firsts for Rasmus Anderson. We're not trading 2 firsts for Brant Clark, even though I'd love to have him. That's just too much. Mike Matheson, no deals. Nick Schmaltz, no deals found. What about Mason Marchment? I really don't want to get rid of Spence. I don't want to get rid of Othman. I don't want to get rid of Emery. For Mason Marchment, okay. Get Doughty. Not for that contract, Chief. Jaden Schwartz. Cooley, Spence, and Othman. I mean, none of the names that could really help us. The trades just aren't worth it. Wenberg? A second Parson and Vakanainen? Like, that's okay. It's okay. Although you could really argue whether or not Alex Wenberg's actually worth it, but at least it's another guy that can play center. Particularly third-line center. And we're not giving up too much to do it. I mean, having to, trade 2 Finns isn't great. But Parsonen's not really going to be anything at the NHL level, nor is Vakanainen. They're just 2 depth players. Can you retain salary on Wenberg, please? We're kind of desperate for cap space here. What do you think? All right, we'll send a 2nd rounder and 2 depth players to the Sharks for Alex Wenberg just to try to make something happen since we can't really fully tear this team apart. What would the offer be for Kevin Hayes? 1st round pick and Dylan Garand? No. We're not in a position to be giving up 1st round picks right now. Skinner, if we wanted more deals with the Sharks. 2/3 and Sam Carrick. I mean, Sam Carrick is a 4th-line center. How's Jeff Skinner doing? How's he doing? He's actually been okay. Screw it. I mean, a 2nd and 2/3. Parsonen, Vakanainen, and Carrick to the Sharks for Wenberg and Skinner. They cannot retain salary on Jeff Skinner, which is okay. We should be all right. I want to keep Sam Carrick. He is a decent 4th-line center. Jacob Trumba. Nope, no trade offers. Connor Murphy. I don't want to get rid of Brendan Othman. This is the tough deal. We're not really fully committed to winning this year. Jamie Alexiak, Nick Foligno, Sam Carrick, a fifth in Rempe. I think we're probably just a little bit cooked here, aren't we? I don't really think we need a goalie. Is Nick Leddy really going to help that much? Would Radko Gudas help? Not for freaking Jordan Spence or Malcolm Spence. What are we even doing here? Oh, Matt Grzelcyk. He's not really going to help, but I'll look. A third and a fifth. That's not too bad. Where the hell would he even play? At least I know we can get him, but here's another lefty. Minus 33 on the season. How bad is Chicago? Oh my God. How about Andrei Kuzmenko? I could use a sniper. Not for Matt Rempe, though. I'm not allowed to. I am allowed to trade him, but I think Rangers fans would call for my head on a spike. Can I interest Chicago in a deal for Ilya Mikheyev? I don't think anything's happening. When, like, Jason Dickinson is one of the best options left. And everyone wants Matt Rempe or Sam Carrick, and I'm not willing to do it. There he is. There's our savior, Ryan Poehling. When the request for Ryan Poehling as a medium top six forward, I'm out. So based on the math, we have 5 games to go, and we're 5 points back of the Islanders for a playoff spot. Not looking good is the best way to describe our playoff chances here. We do beat the Capitals. It's going to happen against Buffalo. Is Buffalo going to be the team to ruin our playoff hopes? We beat them 5-4. We are now 3 points back of the Flyers. Flyers have a game at hand. 3 points back of the Lightning. They also have a game at hand. Of course, we play Tampa coming up, so this is going to be close. We got the old Dallas Stars. I mean, presumably 3 straight playoff teams here. Dallas is a win. We're still not in, though. 87 points. We're still 3 points back of the Lightning. Worst case scenario, we're going to get close to making the playoffs, but we're not actually going to make it, right? We did shut out the Panthers 5-0. Final game of the season against the Lightning. And we have been officially eliminated. Too little, too late. At best, we're 1 point shy of Tampa. The Season 1 Rangers will not be making the playoffs. Which isn't surprising. Again, I mean, yes, we gave up a little bit at the deadline with like getting Wenberg and stuff like that, but we know, you know, we made no major improvements or additions to this team. But also, I mean, I don't really think we were in a great position to do so either, you know. Once we get a full offseason under our belt to make some changes, I think we'll be in a better spot. Panarin was our leading scorer at just 70 points. Miller, Zibanejad, both in the 60s. Same for Trocheck. Lafreniere, just 52 points. 46 points for Perreault. We'll see if that's good enough for the Calder. I don't think it will be. How did Wenberg do? 8 points in 21 games once we acquired him. Not great. Not great. Edstrom, who ended up playing post-deadline, had 1 point in 21 games. Also doesn't help that Carrick and Rempe, over 200 penalty minutes combined on that fourth line. Will Cooley also over 100 penalty minutes. So we spend a lot of time either on the PK or, you know, our guys are fighting a ton. Adam Fox had just 54 points. Oof. And a 9-10 for Shesterkin and 9-16 for Jonathan Quick. I don't want to say the way this team is built, it's fundamentally broken, but It's not great. As for whatever reason, the year one scoring always seems to be low in this game. Matthews, the only guy to break 100 points at 102. And then goal scoring wise, David Pastrnak was the only man to hit 50 goals, which sounds about right. Defensively, good Lord, Cale Makar. Well, I was hoping Adam Fox would be that broken, but he doesn't quite have the same level of supporting cast, does he? Winningest goalie is Bobrovsky. Shutout leader is Bobrovsky. Save percentage king amongst starters was actually Alex Nedeljkovic. And then you say Saros. Calder this year is going to go to Demidov. Just too much separation on Perreault. Demidov is essentially a shoo-in for the Calder every single year. So, no surprise there. But what was it that our head coach said at the start of the season? Cup contenders? We didn't even make the playoffs. So, Mike Sullivan might be washed, is what we're learning here. He might be. He might just be, I think, is the best way to define the situation, I would say. But we'll see who wins the cup. We'll take it from there. And hopefully this offseason is a bit more kind to us, you know? Well, your Stanley Cup champions this year, it'll either be the Winnipeg Jets or the Carolina Hurricanes, a.k.a. the Atlanta Thrashers or the Hartford Whalers. And the answer will be decided in Game 7. And the Winnipeg Jets have won the Stanley Cup in Season 1. Fair enough. Fair enough. As they go through the Avalanche, the Wild, and the Vegas Golden Knights. Their last 3 series all went to 7, which is nuts. Let's see. Austin Matthews wins the Art Ross, the Hart Trophy. The Norris goes to Cale Makar. Calder to Demidov. Conn Smythe to Scheifele. Vezina to Hellebuck. Jack Adams to Dean Evison. Selke to Sidney Crosby. Ted Lindsay Award to Austin Matthews. Rocket Richard to David Pastrnak. In the AHL, Dmitry Yaskin scored the most points. Thomas Bordeleau was league MVP. Andrew Agozzino, top goal scorer. I think it was Lenny Haminaho. Yeah. Not Levi. I think it's Lenny. Was the top rookie. Nick DeSimone, top defenseman. Phoenix Copley, best goaltender. And Easton Cowan was the MVP of the Calder Cup winning Toronto Marlies. So there you go. Wasn't Levy? Well, there you go. Who knew? Who knew? To the draft we go, where we will not have that good of a pick. And Carolina also made the playoffs, of course. They made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final with us having their first round pick. So, pretty much nothing went our way in Season 1. Brent Burns retired. I never thought I'd see the day. Yeah, pretty much nothing went our way for this first season. Which sounds about right, really. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe in real life the Rangers will go on to win the Stanley Cup this year. But it certainly feels like the status quo is, what's going on over there? But to the draft we go. And the Seattle Kraken have the first overall pick in ye old Gavin McKenna sweepstakes. Although, Keaton Verhoff is getting a whole lot of praise. We don't even have a hope of moving up into the top 10. So, there's really nothing we can even do here. Aside from just make our pick and be happy with it. We got a bunch of goalies who aren't worth anything. Defensively, again, we could deal Braden Schneider as an RFA, but that's not going to help anything. Yeah, that's not going to help anything, is it? Right wing side, unless we wanted to move Perreault, which we're not going to do. We really have nobody to move. We still have to figure out if we're re-signing Artemi Panarin. Cooley or Othman could be dealt, but why would we do that? And then, there's no moves that we're making. Right. The first team that would trade their pick is New Jersey at number 13. But we do have number 16, so it's like, well, what's the point? And we don't even have anything that they want. Cool. So we'll just skip ahead to the 16th pick. And the first round, as it's played out so far, McKenna did go to Seattle, Verhoff to L.A., Stenberg, Karanen, Rubrick's on his way to San Jose, Bjork, Belchetz, Lawrence, Mathis Preston, Lynn, Koistinen, Brady Wasselin, the pick before us. So who is available here? Daxon Rudolph. Good old Daxon. Chase Reed, Vince Amadio, Xavier Villeneuve, Adam Novotny, Lars Steiner, and Adam Valentini. Right. There's some options. If we were to trade this pick, what could we get? Oh, Blake Coleman. Oh, boy. It's like Christmas. Tyler Bertuzzi, Ricard. Okay, we're making the pick. All right. Nice to know we have a team full of assets that nobody wants. Daxon's showing up as an unconfirmed 1 year out. So is Vince Amadio. Villeneuve, we don't know enough about. Novotny, Steiner. God, our scouts are on vacation. Adam Valentini. Fedorov. Do we necessarily need another defenseman? No, but we are taking Daxon Rudolph. Let's go, Daxon. Ooh, 72 high 4. Okay, you know what? That actually worked out really well. And he has a specialist send it. Solid first pick for us. Try to solidify that defense a little bit. Sens and Hurricanes. Are either of you willing to make a deal that doesn't make me want to cry? We'll just wait until that 31st pick. We will wait till pick number 31. Hallmertz is gone. Nemitz. Haram Olsen. Valentini. We did get the best guy that was on the board at the time. Well, Reed would have worked too, but... All right. So, Beckham Edwards. Could go for him. Kadalichki, Carson Carrolls if we wanted another defenseman. J.P. Herbert. Alessandro Diorio. Yegor Shilov. Vladimir Trevecki. Pearson Bowie. Chase Harrington of Harrington's Card Emporium. Riley Boychuk. Cooper Williams. Koopa. And nobody with a confirmed potential. Boychuk 2 years out. Bowie a bit longer. Koopa is looking okay. Harrington we don't know. Carroll's 3 years out. How good's Edwards? Can I please see Beckham Edwards? Thank you. Unknown and Diorio unknown. We'll go a little bit off the board then, either for Riley Boychuk or Cooper Williams. I feel like we have plenty of centers, but we don't. Ooh, but then again, Williams could potentially be a good 3C. 50 points this year. Boychuk, not so much. You know what? Just because I want to say his name all the time. Koopa! We're going for high 9 Cooper Williams. You know what? That's okay. We probably could have gotten a better potential there, but name value is something that you have... Yeah, we could have done a little bit better. Name value, though, cannot be overstated, okay? What the hell is going on with this game? Like, am I stupid or something? Do I not know math anymore? Why? I don't understand what's going on with trade value here, but I mean, Taylor Radish, who we didn't even play this year, and a random unsigned dude for a 3rd round pick. Done deal. But season 2 with the New York Rangers. Didn't make the playoffs last year. Not a ton's really changed about this roster. This is what we're starting with. Gabe Perreault with JT Miller, and a re-signed Artemi Panarin for 1 year at $9 million. Second line, Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Cooley. You got Othman, Trocheck, Matt Rempe, and then the fourth line of Adam Edstrom, Sam Carrick, and Anton Bleed. Because we just don't have that much money, if we're being honest. Defensively, it's Fox and a re-signed Braden Schneider, who did get a decent chunk of change for a bridge deal. We'll see if we keep him full term or not. Scott Morrow's made the team. Maybe he can win Rookie of the Year, please. Oh my God, please. He's with Gavrikov, and then Matt Robertson is with Will Borgen. Goaltenders, Shesterkin, and for the moment, Spencer Martin as the backup. We did sign Volokin. You got Dylan Garand down there. I mean, well, it's backup, right? Like, if Shesterkin can't carry us, we're not going to win anything. We have one good defensive prospect in Hartford. That's EJ Emery. And then forward-wise, our top guys are Malcolm Spence, Noah Laba, and Adam Sikora. So, one season in with the Rangers, I can't even say that much has changed for the better. Just because we're kind of stuck with some of these contracts that were signed. Chris Drury, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're bad. We're bad again. 27, 24, and 9. Yet we are only 3 points out of a playoff spot, which is that consistent, I would say, for us. That's so Rangers, as they would say. Honestly, that kind of blows my mind. We're only 3 points out of a playoff spot. This team is so mid. It's insane. Will Cooley's developed a leader. What's he got? 32 points. I mean, Miller's doing well, but he doesn't really score. Panarin's still doing well. Perreault's looking okay. Zibanejad, Lafreniere, Othman, Trocheck's done okay. And then the fourth line, we had to drop down Rempe. He's done better. Edstrom's a disaster. Defensively, Fox still isn't quite scoring at the pace we need him to score at. And the third pair of Borgen and Robertson has been a disaster. So we need a third pairing left defenseman and some additions to the bottom six. Just like last season. It's pretty much the only way that we're going to break through. Honestly, we could get one addition to the top six to make room to drop down Perreault as well. That's if we were going for it. Noah Lab is about ready to go, too. He's not quite there yet. Okay. Trade deadline. I think it'll be see if there's anybody we can move on from, much like last season. But if there isn't, then we just we just add and we kind of go for it and we hope for the best. Not too much else we can do. We are a conservative buyer. Once again, a conservative Joe buyer. If we were to trade anybody, because we already don't have our second round pick this year. Goalie, I mean, honestly, maybe even a backup goalie too. But again, if Shesterkin can't lead us to victory, we're boned anyway. There's really nobody that I want to trade. Right wing side, I mean, Panarin, we could at least see if we could get something for him. But if we trade Panarin, that's GG's on the season. Left wing side, Cooley's at the end of his deal. There's really nobody else I want to move. And then centers, everybody still has so much damn time. Like, I guess if I could get something for, like, Sam Carrick, if he's worth anything. Fourth rounder, third rounder. Yeah, I mean, moving Sam Carrick as a third line center is not the worst idea in the world. Takes a lot of penalties, doesn't do that much. Let's send Sam Carrick to Minnesota. Because at least we can get something for a third line level player. Laba's not going anywhere. All these other guys like medium 9. Yeah, there's just nobody else of value. So yeah, in terms of selling, that's pretty much it. Is dealing Sam Carrick. Unless we were to also try to move out Matt Rempe or something like that. But I can't imagine we get anything too crazy. Okay. So if we were to look to, actually, in fairness, before we even commit to adding, will Artemi Panarin waive that no movement clause? No. Okay. Well, if he's not leaving, there's really no reason for us to sell any further. So who can we get for the bottom six? Honestly, instead of just looking at the top of the board, let's look at the old trade finder here. Prospects. Sean Corrali. Takes a lot of penalties, but can I get him for less than a third? I can. So essentially, it turns into Carrick and 2/5 for Corrali and a third. I like that a lot. Can we get the Bruins to retain on Sean Corrali? Because we don't have that much cap space. Rejected because of the retention. Was there anybody I drafted that just sucks? I don't want to get rid of the Mountain. What about Passmore and Liskey? Boston, I really don't want to waste too much time here. I will give you the Mountain. You really don't want to retain on Sean Corrali. Why not? Fuckers. Okay, fine. You win. You win. Give me Sean Corrali. Thank you. So that's our replacement fourth line center. Didn't mean to back out there. It's okay. We should have time. It's only 7 in the morning. So any like top 6 edition, still other bottom 6 editions. I mean, the Bruins are getting rid of like Mikey Asimont. Tomasz Nosek went back to Boston. And honestly, like Asimont, if the price isn't that bad, it's a 4th. Screw it. We need somebody different for the bottom 6. Let's give it a shot. We don't need Nosek, though. Travis Hamonic, Ethan Bear, no thank you. Buffalo, Connor Timmins, no. Morgan Frost. Blake Coleman. Scott Perunovich. Former NCAA Lord. I mean, I guess Calgary could work. It's not great, though. Chicago, not getting rid of anybody too crazy. God, we might have to rely on Calgary. Hello, Columbus. Let's go. Okay, Boone Jenner's not that good anymore. Charlie Coyle. Okay, so we're probably looking at Calgary or Columbus. Jonathan Berggren. Looking like Calgary or Columbus. The LA Kings. I mean, Danault's too expensive, probably. Yeah, Doughty's too expensive. It's not going to happen. Montreal. Florian Jacki. Ryan O'Reilly. Scott Lawton. God, do I want to rely on Ryan O'Reilly and Scott Lawton? Somebody from Calgary. Somebody from Columbus. The options aren't great, regardless, with respect to those players. The Islander. Looking to move Jonathan Drouin. I mean, Drouin wouldn't be the worst. They don't have a defenseman that fits the system, though. What would the price be for Drouin? Othman and Laba. A second in Laba. Oh, boy. It's not ideal. Ottawa. Hello. And they re-added Nick Foligno. Drake Batherson. God, but his deal's expiring. He would be a pure rental. Yeah, we're not giving up 2 first-round picks right now. That's not happening. Holy. Shabbat's going to be probably too expensive. Plus, we have another OFD we're trying to train up anyway. Oh, boy. I mean, we got to try something. In terms of acquisitions, Tyler Toffoli wouldn't be the worst pickup. Is Orlov's deal expiring? Yes, it is. Could we get Toffoli and Orlov? I mean, trading Braden Schneider, what is that even going to do, though, you know? What's the cost for Toffoli? Am I willing to pay a first-round pick for Tyler Toffoli in the year of our Lord, 2026? I just don't have full confidence that this team is a Tyler Toffoli away from winning a title. Peterka's upset with life in Utah. We could get him discounted. Schneider, Morrow in a sixth, a first, Morrow in a... why do you want Morrow? No, don't want Scott Morrow. I want Scott Morrow. None of these deals are looking like what I want them to be. Damn, man. Well, that big, top 6 edition, unless we pay the premium for Tyler Toffoli, Morgan Frost is already gone. Let's be honest, Blake Coleman is not the big addition that we'd be looking for. We do need a left defenseman, but God, do I want it to be Scott Perunovich? Probably not. So Calgary's not a good fit. Next up was what, Columbus? I mean, do I trust that Boone Jenner's the addition to the top 6 that I need? Probably not. There's just nothing. That is the sad reality. We are not in a good spot. Okay. We have 6 games left to go. We are 4 points out of the playoffs because it takes 90 points to be in a wild card spot. There is a good chance that we have bought at the deadline for the second year in a row only to miss the playoffs. Again, we did have the late addition of... Oh my God, we're out. We're out. 0 for 2. 0 for 2 with the New York Rangers in terms of trying to make the playoffs. Oh my God. This team is so perfectly mid. Not good enough to win. Not bad enough to absolutely suck. 2 years in a row of missing the playoffs. This time, it was by 6 points. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. 39 wins on the year. Goaltending, Shesterkin is not an $11.5 million goalie because there's no such thing as an $11.5 million goalie in an EA NHL game. Defensively, of course, at the deadline, we did do that last move of Martinook and Forbert for 2 third-round picks. Forbert was fine. At least he wasn't Matt Robertson. 34 points for Morrow isn't too bad. 76 for Fox also isn't too bad. Right wing side, Panarin was pretty damn good. Perreault was also decent. Still a ton of penalties from Rempe, of course. And Edstrom was bad. Lafreniere, 57 points. Cooley, 45 with 103 PIMs. Martinook, once he was acquired, had 6 points in 20 games. Othman was fine. 76 points for Miller. Trocheck putting up as many points as Mika is pretty concerning for Mika. And then Laba played post-deadline, had 16 points in 20 games. Corrali, our other deadline pickup, was Bad. At least he didn't take as many penalty minutes as Carrick, but yeah, he was bad. I don't know where the hell we're going to go with this team in terms of trying to get this current core to actually work. Kaprizov led the league in scoring. Pasternak, McDavid, Boldy were all up there. Top goal scorer once again was David Pasternak. Defensively, Quinn Hughes is going to win the Norris unless somehow it gives it to Fox or Bouchard, which it might. Winningest goaltenders, Sam Montembeault. Shutout leaders, Stuart Skinner and Mackenzie Blackwood, each with 6. And top save percentage for a starter is Sam Montembeault. Rookie of the year is going to be likely Danila Yurov. It might give it to Joakim Kamel for the slightly better plus-minus. But yeah, Morrow was top 10 in scoring, but it wasn't enough. Oh boy, where the hell is this team going to go if we were doing this as a 5-year challenge, a 5-year plan? It's not looking good. Would you believe it? The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup yet again as the Tucson Roadrunners win the Calder Cup. Damn. Damn. Florida beats Dallas in 6. They also beat Toronto, Carolina, and Montreal in that order. I mean, we pretty much know their roster is going to be very similar. Kaprizov won the Art Ross and the Hart. Bouchard wins the Norris, so it did give it to Bouchard off a plus-minus. Calder, Danila Yurov. Carter Verhaeghe won the Conn Smythe. Montembeault the Vezina. Jack Adams to Knobloch, Selke to Matthews, Ted Lindsay to Kaprizov, Rocket Richard to Pasternak. In the AHL, Daniil Boo scored the most points. Brenseg Nygaard didn't score. Well, he did, I guess, a bunch because he was league MVP. Alex Nylander, top goal scorer. Ivar Stenberg, top rookie. Will he go down as the first overall pick this year? Maybe. Luca Cagnoni was the top defenseman. Trey Augustine, top goaltender, and was it Nikita Archimanov? It's an Archimanov. I don't remember his last name. Shout out to Mr. Van Acker. That was up there too. So that's fun. God, did we have any lottery luck? Maybe. No. But in fairness, we were never going to. God, this has been such a rough start to this. I don't know if, wow, Ovi retired early. I don't know if this is what old Zesty Ham had in mind with a Ranger rebuild because, yeah, this team might be kind of screwed in the short term, man. Up until some of those core players, like noted back-checking captain JT Miller, up until some of those guys are no longer the core of the team, They just have nothing going on. Ovi became a coach, at least. That's fun. Ovi retired early. I mean, the Kings run we did, I don't think he retired until season 4 or 5 even. So, well, the LA Kings have the first overall pick. I don't believe there's anybody we can trade away, and we have 2 picks in this draft. The 15th and the 175th. Oh my God. All right. Nobody of value to trade there. Below Robertson, there's really nobody of value. Not that Robertson has any value either. I mean, we could see what Braden Schneider could fetch, because at least we have Borgen. Well, it could land us JJ Peterka. Also, the signing rights to Ian Cole and I imagine Cole Smith. It might be Craig Smith. I don't know about that, though. Maybe. Right wing side, Panarin's deal is up again. Perreault's going to have to be re-signed. Rempe's deal is up, and he has no trade value. Cooley's deal is up, and he just has not been scoring like I need a top 6 player to score, especially when he takes so many PIMs. But a second and a third, even if it's 2 very early second rounders, doesn't seem like the right move. God, we are just so stuck. We are so stuck. Okay. Well, I can't imagine, even if there is anybody that would let us trade up, and there isn't, that we'd even be able to do so. Can we trade the 15th overall pick? Not trading the 15th overall pick for Tyler Toffoli. Although maybe I should. At least Toffoli would make us a bit better. But that's kind of nuts. Right. So first overall was Stahlberg, a generated dude. Then Landon DuPont, who ends up with the Ducks. Alexei Joseph, Bakar, Pelosi, Jacobson, Probatal. Damn. Brock Cripps goes 11th. Well, Oliver Sundberg, Nolan Fitzhenry, Timothy Kazda, Dominic Birtus, Eklund Asp, good old Schaefer Gordon Carroll. 1 year out for Sundberg, apparently. We don't have much of a report on Fitzhenry. Kazda's also apparently 1 year out. Birtus, I imagine, is close. NHL ready for Jamie Glantz. Do I believe that? Gordon Carroll's 1 year out. Brenner Lamons. McGregor. Neuenschwander. Unconfirmed NHL ready for Tyden? Your name is Tyden? Also, Mikhail Hartl. Also not looking that great. Damn. Well, I mean, I guess if we're going for anybody, it's, do we want Jamie Glantz as a younger sniper who can't really skate, allegedly? Or do we trade the pick for Tyler Toffoli? How old's Toffoli at this point? 35. He might get worse. They would have to be willing to retain on Toffoli, and I don't think they will be. Okay, well, we have our guy, and there's basically nobody else for us to draft. We're going to go for the American Jamie Glantz, who is a 75 medium 6. Apparently 75 is NHL ready, even though his role is other forwards. I mean, he's not bad. He's a good player to have, but he's not going to be anything special anytime soon, which sums up this team very well. Season 3 with the New York Rangers. My God, something has to give. Hopefully Paul Maurice at the helm will help. This is the lineup. This is the roster. Top line of Alexis Lafreniere, JT Miller, and Artemi Panarin, who is still back. 2 years, $9 million, no movement clause in both years. Will Cooley is in a contract year with Mika Zibanejad and Gabe Perreault on the second line. I think we re-signed Perreault too, didn't we? 2 years at 3.25, 4 years at 3.25, even better. Brennan Othman, Noah Laba, and Vinny Trocheck, Matt Rempe, Bryce McConnell-Barker, and Adam Edstrom. So, it's okay. Defense is Schneider and Fox, Gavrikov, Morrow, Robertson is back, much to my chagrin, with Will Borgen. Goalies, Shesterkin, and Garand. This team should be able to make the playoffs, really. And an AHL, forward-wise, all medium 9s except for Jamie Glantz, who we just drafted. Defense, all medium 6s except for EJ Emery, who went up to low elite and almost made the team. And then goalie-wise, mediums and high fringes, stuff like that. So, I need this team to be able to make the playoffs. As it is, we did just have some of those guys that just weren't going to make the team, and we didn't want to stunt their development by playing them in the AHL, so Malcolm Spence and Adam Sikora were moved for a combined 3 third-round picks, and Brett Berard was moved for a 4th-rounder to Colorado. So, again, we're at the point where if certain guys aren't going to be able to crack the lineup, we just got to We got to move on. Like, something's got to give. We got to be able to at least make the playoffs because this has just been horrible. Well, can you believe it? 37-18-6, the week of the trade deadline. The New York Rangers in first place in the Metro. All of a sudden, our goals against average is the best in the league. Mid-table, a little bit above for goals. Like, look at us. Look at us. Gabe Perreault's got 38 points. Miller's rocking 60 and 61. Panarin not too far. Well, he's a bit far behind, but not too far behind. Lafreniere's doing okay. Not amazing, but okay. Same for Mika. Cooley. God, Cooley's just not going to be worth the money we're going to have to pay him. Othman's got 14 goals. Laba's actually been pretty good. Trocheck's been good. And then that fourth line of Edstrom, McConnell, Barker, and Rempe have actually done pretty well. Schneider, 20 points. Again, you're just not going to be worth however much I have to pay you. Adam Fox, good, but could be better for his standard. Gavrikov's been great. Morrow's been pretty good. I don't know if there's too much to change about this team. Goaltending's been outstanding. What would we even change about this team? Aside from the fact, got the brown bag mulligan for the follow. Let's go. Aside from the fact that we don't really have like that truly elite goal scorer, the biggest concern with this team right now is the expiring contracts of Schneider and Cooley and them not being worth the extensions. But they are both RFAs. So this does not have to be a right now problem. We can make a run for it and then make that change at the draft should we screw up and fall short, right? So yeah, I don't know if we're going to do anything at this deadline because I don't really know what I would change because it would just take a really, really big change, and that doesn't seem necessary right now. You know? I mean, I guess you could say a better backup goalie, but again, like if Shesterkin's not winning it for us, we're boned anyway. He's making $11 million. Sergachev, Uyghur, Thomas Chabot. But again, how expensive is Chabot going to be? Rudolph Perreault in a second. Cooley in two. Yeah, it's not happening. Not happening. Ryan Donato, Monahan. You got J.G. Pajot, but he doesn't want to come here. Kirill Marchenko. Is he the sniper that we need? For 2 second-rounders, it's not that bad. But again, where the hell would we even play him? Where would he go? We know where he'd be coming from, but where would he go? There's Boone Jenner, but again, where the hell would we even put him? I don't think we have anything to do. We just got to hope that certain players can score despite not being listed as snipers, basically. Because otherwise the option's Marchenko. And if we were to deal Marchenko, that probably means dealing Gabe Perreault, but we don't want to trade Gabe Perreault when there's a good chance that Will Cooley's going to get traded in the offseason, you know? I think we're set. Let it be known, the New York Rangers are back in the playoffs after, well, at least under our control. Which, control, like we haven't really been able to do too much to this damn team because the core is locked in. Yeah, for the first time here in Season 3, we actually do make the playoffs, which is nice. And we just got to kind of hope that this is a team that's built for playoff success, which, I mean, it should be. It should be. That is a division win by 1 point over the Devils. And we'll be taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins in round number 1. But looking at how the fellas did this year, actually, we'll go to the other screen because we do have to look at league-wide as well. JT Miller led the team on 79 points, 30 goals. Panarin also broke 70. Trocheck at 61. Trocheck outscoring Mika is brutal for Mika. 54 for Perreault, outscoring Lafreniere. Only 43 points for Will Cooley. Ugh. Laba. McConnell Barker was great on the fourth line. Othman did okay. Edstrom and Rempe were honestly pretty decent for the fourth line. 71 points for Fox is good, not as good as it could be. 34 for Morrow. He is just not going to be that like secondary elite level OFD I need him to be, despite having the passing and offensive awareness where you'd think it'd be possible. Schneider, again, he's not a $7 to $8 million defenseman for us. He's good, but I don't think I can justify paying him that much next year. Goaltending was outstanding, so that's good at least. Goaltending was outstanding. League-wide, McDavid and Bouchard tied for the lead at 113 points. You also had Draisaitl, Crosby, McKinnon, Matthews, and Barkov up there. Top goal scorer was Nathan McKinnon, as Pasternak apparently fell off a cliff after winning the Rocket Richard last year. Defensively, of course, Cale Makar was also insane. Fox was top 5 in scoring amongst defensemen, which is kind of nuts. Goaltending, the winningest was Hellebuck. Shutout leader was Vasilevsky. Save percentage king amongst starters, Igor Shesterkin. We'll see if it gives him the Vezina. Rookie of the year is likely to be Daniel Boo because of the minus 29 of Gavin McKenna. Again, it really does factor in plus minus, so don't be surprised if Boo gets the win. 1 point back and was not a minus 28. So rough time for Seattle. But with that, we already know it is the Pittsburgh Penguins in round number 1. Let's see what they have going on here. We know Crosby had a good year. It's Patrick Laine, Sidney Crosby, and Rutger McGroarty. What a top line. Tommy Koistinen, David Tomaszek, and Ville Koivunen. God, they love their Finns. Danton Heinen, Nick Dowd, Phil Tomasino, Mikhail Ilyin, Ben Kindle, and Michael Carcone. Defense, Liam Bixel and Chris Letang. Eric Carlson, Ryan Graves, Owen Pickering, and Tom Willander. What the hell is going on? Goalies, Sheilofs and Jari. Mongoose is a scratch. And I'm pretty sure that's the Latvian word for vagina. So Mika's vagina. God damn it. This is the type of team that is going to dog walk us here. I can't say I'm too excited for this. I got a bad feeling about this. Game number 1. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. First period is goalless. Second period is not. Gavrikov has our first goal of the playoffs. And a goal apiece in the third. It is Brennan Othman who seals the deal and gives the Rangers the Game 1 victory. Not Miller, not Zibanejad, not Panarin. Gavrikov and Othman. Okay. Sure. Weird, man. We'll take it. Win's a win. No sweep today. At least against us. No sweep today. Game number 2, Derek Jeter. First period, 2 goals apiece. Cooley scored both of ours. Second period is goalless, okay. And third period, the Penguins will win this one, courtesy of Patrick Laine. All right. Well, 2 one-goal games so far in the series. Good effort from Will Cooley, but that is now 2 games without a goal from Zibanejad, Miller, or Panarin, meaning we are not going to go very far this postseason if those 3 aren't stepping up. Game 3. Game number 3. First period, Gabe Perreault starts us off. Second period. Okay, that's better. Miller, Panarin, Lafreniere. Koistinen gets 2 goals for the Penguins, but we're up by 2. So we get goal scoring from players we need to get goal scoring from, and then Shesterkin turns back into a pumpkin. Overtime in Game 3, and the Pittsburgh Penguins take a 2-1 series lead with a 6-5 victory. Okay. Right. All 3 games decided by 1 goal, but man, we cannot have Shesterkin allowing 6 frickin' goals, man. Get it together or I'm buying out that contract, I swear to God. You're killing me. More than any other contract on this team, you are killing me. Jesus. Just absolutely killing me. Schneider and Fox have gotten obliterated so far. Let's do Gavrikov and Fox. Schneider and Morrow, I guess. Why not, right? And then forward-wise, Panarin has 2 points. Zibanejad doesn't have a goal. Let's do Lafreniere, Miller, Panarin, Perreault, Zibanejad, Cooley. Game 4, if we lose this one, we're in a whole lot of trouble. First period, goalless. Second period, 1-1. It's Rempe and Crosby. Matt Rempe has a goal in this series before Mika Zibanejad. Oh my God. Good Lord. I don't even know if this works. Let me see. Nope, it doesn't. Alex, just search my handle on Spotify. You'll find it. Okay. Third period. We're going to overtime again. And we win. Thank you. Edstrom? Mika Finnegan's Zibanejad. I'm pretty sure that's your middle name. Where are you and how are you getting outscored by Adam Edstrom and Matt Rempe? Sweet Jesus. A great game for Shesterkin. And I guess the positive to this is if we win, we're doing it without our key players carrying the weight. Oh my God. Game 5. We'll leave it the same for the moment because we won with this lineup. First period. 2-2. Miller and Cooley offset by Crosby and McGroarty. 3-2. Artemi Panarin scores. And in the third, the New York Rangers take a 3-2 series lead. Mika Zibanejad has scored a goal. Do you believe in miracles? Cooley scored as well. We're 1 win away from the second round. Key players showing up and doing the business. Mika's what we like to call in K-pop a visual. Well, he showed up there at least. Game 6, not changing anything because we've won with this lineup for 2 games in a row. First period, 1-0, JT Miller. Second period, 2-0, Adam Fox. The Pittsburgh Penguins have been eliminated at the hands of the Rangers. A 4-0, 42-save shutout victory for Shesterkin. Figure that one out. God, this team can be so inconsistent, but they did win. We finally make the playoffs, and we win in the first round. I have several questions and concerns, But shout out to JT Miller. Shout out to Mika by the end of it. I mean, honestly, I don't have any major complaints once you see the stat line at the end of this, except Scott Morrow not putting up a single point is unacceptable. And I am now very much concerned about his ability to be that second leader on the power play behind Fox. Shesterkin finishes with a .933 save percentage as well, which is crazy. Let's go with crazy, given that he was a sub 900 very, very recently. Rangers are off to round number 2, where they will take on, well, the other Pennsylvania-based team. It is the Philadelphia Flyers, who upset the New Jersey Devils, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what Philly looks like 3 years in. Travis Konechny, Trevor Zegras, and Matvei Michkov. Oh, look, the Flyers actually started playing him. Owen Tippett, Noah Cates, Tyson Forster, Ryan Poehling, Sean Couturier, and Bobby Brink, Porter Martone, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and Jet Lachanko. The defense is Cam York and Travis Sanheim, Dante Fabro, Nick Seeler, Emil Andre, and Jaden Struble. Goaltender is Skinner. What'd they sign Stuart Skinner to? Oh my God. You ever see a contract so bad you turn into a horse? Jesus. Ryan Lindgren and Yegor Zamula as the healthy scratches. Okay. Is this a team we can beat? Yes. Is it a team that we should beat? Probably. Will we beat them? I don't know. Second round, first period of game 1, 2-0 Flyers. Zegras and Fabro. I still cannot get over Trevor Zegras looking like a soccer mom straight out of the 1990s with that haircut. It's incredible. Second period, 3-0 Flyers. Kotkaniemi. Third period, we get a goal, but it's way too little and way too late. Philly takes game 1, 4-1. We just got stewed. Damn it. At least Mika scored. But yeah, we got stewed. I won't change anything after this game, but if we fall down 0-2, this change is coming. Game number 2 of round number 2. First period. Second period. Trocheck scores. Third period. Shesterkin got pulled from that game within 6 minutes. On home ice. He played 5 minutes and 32 seconds. I mean, shout out to Dylan Garand, who was Garand. But, wow, he just got outscored 9-2 over the first 2 games of this series at home. Okay. Shesterkin's got to be in. He's a fucking $11.5 million goalie. Fox has really been underperforming so far, so you know what? Fuck it, Scotty. There you go. Get up there. From a forwards perspective, Edstrom has just the 1 point. Othman's got a bit. Perreault hasn't done a ton. Lafreniere hasn't done a ton either. Perreault's done a little bit more. At least we know Othman can score, I guess. Yeah, fuck it. Bump up Othman. I need people that can score. Rempe's got a goal and 20 pims. I mean, Rempe we can't bump up just because we can't trust him to score. Cooley's scoring more goals than Panarin. Nothing for McConnell. Nothing for Laba. Mika's got the 2. Miller's got the 3. Othman, Zibanejad, Cooley, Perreault, Miller, Panarin, Lafreniere, Laba, Trocheck. Sure. Why not? Game 3 here in the second round. We're down 2-0. First period, 3-1 Rangers. Zibanejad, Laba, and Panarin. Much better. All 3 goals from a horrible angle. Second period, still 3-1. Third period, we almost choked. Othman gets the winner. JT Miller, the insurance. Rangers are back in the series, and the home team has not won a single game so far. Pretty typical. But, God, from not making the playoffs the first 2 years, we make it, we win a round. But now we got that 0-2 hole to dig ourselves out of. We're halfway there. Game 4. First period, 2-0 Rangers, Perreault and Miller. Second period, 4-0 Rangers, 2 power play tallies for Mika. And just like that, this series is tied, although Michkov ruined the shutout with 10 seconds to go. 2-2. Home team hasn't won. We have home ice advantage. That doesn't bode well for us, does it? It really doesn't. We'll keep the team the same. Game 5. Let's go. We just had to hope we were built for the playoffs, right? First period. 4. At least we're getting biblically accurate Rangers. At least at the start of the 2025-26 season, of course, where the Rangers haven't been able to score on home ice all that much until they could. Martone, Tippett, and 2 for Zegras. Shesterkin is out. Less than 9 minutes into the game. 6-2. Borgen and Cooley scored. Philly wins and are 1 win away from the Eastern Conference Final. 7-2, the final score. How are we going to handle Igor Shesterkin? What is that buyout potentially going to be? Because in this video game, you cannot be paying a goalie $11 million. It makes no sense. You just can't do it. The funny thing is, his numbers are okay. They'd be godlike in a way if it wasn't for a couple of performances where he just disappears. We're going to set up the team again just to be in the best shape that it can be. And if the key players disappoint, they disappoint. Pretty simple. Do or do not. It is game number 6. Our season is on the line. The home side has not won so far. 1-1, Zegras and Morrow. Second period, Phillies up. Third period, the Philadelphia Flyers have eliminated the New York Rangers in 6 games. Shut down by Stuart Skinner. And hung out to dry by an $11.5 million a season goaltender. That is not good enough. That is simply not good enough. Look at his numbers in that series against Philly. Awful, awful, not good, great. Awful and awful. He was pulled twice in less than 10 minutes in games 2 and 5. You look at the Pittsburgh series beforehand, outstanding, great, awful, great, outstanding even, and outstanding. Like, you just cannot pay a goalie that much money in this video game. And he's not going anywhere unless we buy him out. Aside from that, Miller was good. Great even. Zibanejad, Perreault. Can't be having Perreault outperform Artemi Panarin. That can't be happening. Just 4 points for Lafreniere. Atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Like, I'm sorry, but Noah Laba cannot be tying you in points. Defensively, Morrow started to wake up down the stretch, but it's not enough from Fox. I mean, 9 points is good, but it's still not enough. And then Schneider, I just can't imagine paying him $7-8 million bucks. So 3 seasons down, and we got some big changes on the horizon here. Again, Schneider and Cooley, both of their deals are up, but they're RFAs. Schneider's only looking for a 1-year deal, and he wants to be able to bounce. I'm not going to be the one caught holding the bag. And then Cooley only wants 4.5, but he's better on the third line, and I need, I need someone who's not a power forward in terms of being relied on scoring, and he can't be relied on, for that at this stage. And then defensively, Schneider, again, like we said, it's $7 million. I can't believe it's $7 million. It's just too much. It's an 88, but he just doesn't put up points. He has a 20-point defenseman. Like, he's good defensively, good physicality, but I don't know. And we'll have to see what a Shesterkin buyout might look like, because we need to free up some cap space to be able to make some big additions. Well, season over. I want to get down to business tonight, because that was season 3 in the books. We have 2 seasons left to try to accomplish something. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we're going to try. We're going to try. After a very disappointing loss to Philadelphia, we do have good news, everyone. That is that Igor Shesterkin has won the Vezina. I think this is the first time all year long I have actually had a Vezina winner. So that's cool, I guess. And the Flyers went on to win the Stanley Cup. There's no way we couldn't have beaten them, too. Like, we had that series and we fucking choked. And if the Flyers could win the Cup this year, we could have won the Cup. They went on to beat the Leafs and then swept the Stars in the final. Ugh. That is brutal. So we've had Winnipeg, Florida, and Philly. McDavid won the Art Ross. Hart goes to Bouchard, as well as the Norris and the Ping. Daniel Boo has won the Calder. Trevor Seacrest won the Conn Smythe. Vezina to Shesterkin. Jack Adams to Lindy Ruff in Chicago. Austin Matthews wins the Selke. McDavid to Ted Lindsay. McKinnon the Rocket Richard. AHL, Sasha Pastujov has won the Sullenberger for most points. Also won MVP. Most goals was Korolyuk. Mikey Burchild was the top rookie. Josh Mahora, top defenseman. Connor Ingram, top goalie. And Elmer Soderblom is your MVP of the playoffs. How do you like that? Right. So, this is probably our biggest offseason to date. It's probably our biggest offseason to date. Schneider and Cooley are both in the final year of RFA status. It's either we commit to them or we trade them right now. It's one or the other. And then outside of that, we don't have too many major changes on the way. So we got to see what offers are out there. And we'll take it from there. As the See? I was talking to Sin for the win about the Sharks just need to finish in the bottom 10. And bam, it instantly happens. I need to text him that. It's a sign, Sharks fans. It's a good team. Just finish bottom 10, and Verhoef can be yours if the price is right. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, goodness. Retired players, what do we got? Sidney Crosby is gone. Wow, he texted back real fast. That's insane. Nick Leddy's gone. Orlov. Brian Dumoulin. Varlamov, Martin Jones. Fair enough. Yeah, Buffalo didn't phase too well in the draft lottery, that's for sure. Crosby became a scout. Boo, become a coach. Become a coach. All right. In terms of the draft, are we going to be able to do anything? We're going to be able to say thank you to one Nick Roberts for the 55 months. The Johnny Boychuk Award. My goodness. And then Mobsky right after that on the 56. Thank you both very, very much. I hope you are doing well. My screen's glitched out, son. It's on draft picks, but those aren't draft picks, and now the triggers won't work. How does this game break every time? How does it break all the time on the most simple of functions? Jesus, show me the Panthers draft picks. What do you mean? So I literally can't look at the Florida Panthers draft picks. Cool. Third time's the charm, maybe? What if we go goalie and then draft picks? EA, you're killing me. Morrow, Laba, and Emery. I'm not saying we're taking that deal, but we might. We might. Hold on. Who's available at 12? Who's available at 12? Jack Hare. UC Mikola. Probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. When is our pick? I didn't even look. 15 from Detroit, 19 from Tampa. Oh my God, we don't pick until 26th. Jesus. Okay. First things first. Braden Schneider. We know he's going to want $8+ million a season. That is not an $8+ million a season player. He's a good defensive defenseman, but I feel like we can find plenty of other defensive defensemen that don't have to be paid $7 to $8 million a season, if not more. So we can trade him for JJ Peterka and Barrett Hayton, who are both making way too much goddamn money, or Tomas Hertl in a second. How old's Hertl at this point? 34, and he's a two-way. I don't like either of those offers, I gotta be honest. I don't like it. Oh, Peterka and Hayton. Hayton is making so much money. That's insane. What's the Will Cooley offers? Because he is in the same boat. Jackson Lacombe or Kevin Fiala and 2/3. I mean, Lacombe's making $9 million. At that point, we might as well just pay Schneider. No clauses for Lacombe, though. God. Maddox Schultz goes first overall to the Sharks. Okay. Oh, neither of these deals are that great, if we're being honest. Again, the reason for trading Will Cooley is how much money he's going to look for. He's a third-line guy. He's a middle six type of player. Listed for second line, but we know he doesn't play like a second-line player does, really. And he's going to be getting double what he's making. I don't trust Kevin Fiala. Can I pair them together? I can hit the wrong button. I can do that, idiot. Schneider and Cooley. Yeah. We might have to find a manual deal for this. We might have to. I just don't know if the right deal will be out there, but we have to look at this point. So, I mean, Jackson Lacombe makes too much money. I mean, we need some value now, and then we need more. Tyler Bertuzzi, Donato, Jacob Trumba, Monahan, Jenner. Oh, God, they're... okay. I mean... Luca Belonda and Brady Wasselin. Wasselin wouldn't be that bad, I guess. Was Detroit moving their draft pick? Yes. But also, it's Detroit. But like Wasselin in their first, that's not too bad as a starter. But it is Detroit and obviously Eastern Conference rival. Minnesota is interested in moving Booyam, but Reinbacher. Oliver Sundberg. Is New Jersey moving their pick? Yes. If we're going to move these guys, it's New Jersey and Detroit. I'm just trying to move fast because I don't want people going through their draft picks. Kind of treating it like it's the deadline. I don't necessarily have to, but that's what it feels like. JJ Peterka. I mean, it's a bit much, but we do need a sniper. Hayton obviously just gets paid way too much unless they were to retain on him. They're not willing to move the 10th overall, but we might be able to convince them. I think Utah has to be the top priority right now. And then otherwise, we got to pick between what? Detroit and New Jersey, I think it was. Shit. All right, Scatcher's off the board. I don't know if bringing old J.J. Peterka back to the Eastern Conference is our best move, but it feels like our only move. We'll give it a shot. If we try to add that first rounder, I don't think that's going through. How do they feel about this? Okay, I really don't want to add too much more to this. What if we add these three, including Mr. Across the Mountain? Still not enough. I really want to try to get this first. I really do. What if we use a fourth? I don't really want Zuccarello. I mean, Rangers connection, but yeah. I got to be able to get that first rounder. What if we give you the third rounder here? Too far off the table. Yeah. Do I have a random goalie I can give up? Just a bunch of fringes. It's got to be the right deal for us here. We got some medium nines, including the Rucks, Lemieux. I don't want to get rid of any of those guys. They're our best prospects. What if we use that early St. Louis third? Just a bit low. What if I retain on Braden Schneider, whose deal is expiring? Will the AI be dumb enough to be like, oh yeah, sure, thanks for retaining salary? It was worth the shot. What if we keep Mr. Across the Mountain and we give up a fourth rounder as well? So Schneider, a third and a fourth for Peterka in the 10th overall. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, son. Now we just need JJ Peterka to not be dog water. But we have needed a sniper for the top 6. He immediately jumps up to an 89 overall. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now we can show him what a real team from New York plays like. And then it was either New Jersey or somebody else. I forget who. Sundberg's 19 to 77 in a medium 6. Another sniper. It was New Jersey or Detroit. It was Wasselin. The abilities on Brady Wasselin. Oh, hell yeah, son. All right, Wasselin is the target, as is that 15th overall pick. And we're going to look to give up Will Cooley just because I don't want to pay him like a top 6 player. Santaviori is gone. Yeah, I don't want to play him like a top 6 player. Does Utah actually need Schneider? I can go back and check shortly. What if we give up our own third rounder? Oh, it's too many skaters. Okay, that makes sense. Let me see here. I don't know. What if I take like Drew O'Connor from you just for that? Actually, you're trading anybody that's under contract that I can just get rid of? Dower Nilsson? I don't really want to take him from you, though. Right, let's just add, like, Bernard Docker. Sure. Cooley for Wasselin, and that's just... I'm going to retain on Cooley, by the way, too. I want to see if that'll still bump up his value or not for a pending RFA. What? They took that deal? All right, Brady Wasselin and the 15th overall pick for Will Cooley. I didn't necessarily want to get rid of Cooley and Schneider, but It made sense. Like, we get prospects who better fit what we're looking to do. Holy shit. So that was the 15th overall pick, what, 2 years ago? 1 year ago. I can't even keep track. So we now have the 10th overall, the 15th overall, and the 27th. And we added Wasselin and Peterka for Schneider, primarily basically Schneider and Cooley. I mean, that is a slam dunk. That is a slam dunk. I don't know why it keeps loading this up like that. I wanted to check Utah really quickly, too. Did they need a big-time defenseman? They kind of did. They kind of did. You know? Yeah, I can't fault them for going for that because they can work with Sergachev, you know? They can work with Sergachev. Is there anything else we have to do at this draft, or are we okay to just kind of stay in our lane now? And I'll catch up on everything in chat, by the way, too. I'm sorry, I've just been very hyper-focused. God, those draft picks are looking good. Is there anybody else that we maybe wanted to move? Morrow, I was worried about as like a full-time offensive defenseman. But we don't have to move him right now, especially since we just got rid of Schneider. We don't want to move him until we know for sure that he's not going to be needed. Although, what could we get for him? Hartman, a third and a fourth. The 25th overall pick and a third. 28th, Booyam. 22nd overall pick from the Habs. I mean, I don't mind Morrow, but he hasn't proven... Oh, God, the 19th from Tampa. He hasn't proven to be like that next level OFD that I've needed. And we can deal him straight up for the 19th overall pick. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. Is there anything else we can do? We got a bunch of medium sixes that could be dealt, but that's not a big deal. I mean, I did say this was going to be the offseason where things started to change. Wasn't lying. Rempe has value again. How? You've been terrible. Really quickly, if I were to move Barnhill, only a 5th rounder, we'll keep Barnhill. Pro glance. What if we were to deal Rempe? 4th rounder. If someone's offering a 3rd rounder, we might have to do it. The Florida Panthers are. It's not this year, though. Wild are offering a 3rd rounder this year. As are the Islanders. And the Winnipeg Jets are actually offering one even higher up. Does Rempe still have an ability? He does. That's where the value is coming from. We'll keep him. We'll keep him. He's kind of a mascot at this point. Vanek's not bad. Ruck, god damn it. Liam Pugh is gone. That's fine. God, I knew this was going to be a busy time. This has been kind of nuts. Okay, I think we're fine from there because we'll keep Vanek. Martin or Tell. None of these guys really have much value. And then what about centers? Laba's staying. All these guys are staying. Okay, so after all of that, Morrow, Schneider, and Cooley are gone. We now have 4 first-round picks here in this first round, as well as J.J. Peterka and Brady Wasselin. Bit of a rebuild on the fly, for sure. And we might not be done. There might be other people to get moved, too. So, 10th overall. Fogelberg. It's another sniper, too. 1 year out. Paavo Fogelberg. Drew Daly. We don't know enough about him or Jack Hare. You'll see Mikkola. Dmitry Sokolov, unconfirmed NHL ready, but God, that's tempting. Reed Nickel. What the hell were my scouts even doing? Leon Roos. Just a bunch of dudes who are apparently 1 year out. Aiden Kelly, Riker Kessler might be ready. Okay. I mean, I think we just aim for the top of the board. Although Sillinger looks like he could also be pretty good. I'm sure he'll be a medium 4. Rantanen is confirmed ready to go. So there are some defensemen further down who are looking pretty good. Paavo Fogelberg. Come on down. 74 overall, high 6. Not bad. Not bad. So that deal is now Schneider for Peterka and Fogelberg. Looks even better. He's a sniper with Send It, though. It's a bit awkward. Then we have the 15th pick. Turns out Sokolov and Mikkola were both outstanding. If I wish my scouts had told me, that would have been cool, but what are you going to do? Don't know anything about Reed Nickel. Ezekiel Cabell, we don't know yet. Roos is apparently a year out. Soro, we don't know enough. Left wing power forward. Lewis Oscar Hollowaychuk. Great name. Great name. Spelkvist, Kelly. I gotta be honest, I'm not entirely sold on this, but we do need to rebuild what we have going on here. So it's going to be another forward here and then probably 2 defensemen after. Let's go for Hollowaychuk. I need a center. 73 medium 6. Another sniper. I wasn't expecting that, but that's okay. That is okay. The other guys were slightly better. Not a big deal. All right. So we got 2 forwards. Let's go for defenseman next. I'm still not used to that Wheat Kings logo, I gotta be honest. Adrian, 2 years out. Matejchuk, I don't know anything about. Norman's 3 years out. Saprikin, we know nothing about, so that's a very tempting player. And then Sillinger and Rantanen are all... I mean, Rantanen's apparently NHL ready right now. Fleury also looks like he could be insane. I know Berthelm or whatever the hell is really good. Okay. All right, Sam, what's up, dude? Well, we got 2 lefties to pick from, Saprikin and Rantanen. Rantanen's a guarantee. And then we have a right defenseman, so let's go for Martin Sillinger. 78 medium top 4. Not bad at all. And our final pick of this round. Can we land Joakim Rantanen? 78 medium top 4. So we didn't get any medium elites out of the bunch, but all of these guys are either 1 year out or NHL ready immediately. So I'm pretty happy with that. The Rangers desperately needed prospects in their system, and that's what we finally added. Okay, season 4. I think we're ready to go. Again, as people always ask, again, if you have owner mode off, you can spend as much as you want on coaches. It's great. But quite a bit of change for this Ranger team heading into the season. Again, first 2 years didn't make the playoffs. Season 3 made it to the second round, lost to the eventual Cup champ Flyers. But this is what we have this year. Peterka, who we acquired at the draft, along with the 10th overall pick for Braden Schneider. He is going to be with JT Miller and Artemi Panarin. The second line sees Brady Wasselin making this team. I actually want to swap him with Lafreniere. He'll be with Mika and Lafreniere. Third line is Othman, Laba, and Trocheck. Rempe, McConnell, Barker, and Edstrom on the fourth line. We did elect to get rid of Gabe Perreault to make room for Wasselin. We tried 3 straight years to have a playmaker in Perreault hit 40 assists, and he couldn't do it. So we got 2 second-rounders from Vegas. I don't regret that. And then the defense is a lot younger and a lot less experienced, but it's Gavrikov and Fox. Joakim Rantanen, who we took 26th overall, he is with Will Borgen. And then Daxon Rudolph, our first ever draft pick in this timeline, 16th overall in 2026. He has made the team alongside EJ Emery. So we're going to give the kids a chance. If they're not doing well enough, we can always go out and acquire somebody to get better. But in general, like, we still have some core players. We've gotten a nice infusion of youth on this team. I feel like we've taken the team in a pretty good direction. Shesterkin is the starter alongside now 6'7" Talon Boyko. And the AHL was the primary thing that needed to be rebuilt in the course of these 5 years. Again, these 5-year plans, it's not necessarily sell everything to win a cup in those 5 years. It's, hey, if we win a cup, cool, but what's the general plan? And for the Rangers, it was try to dig ourselves out of the hole that ownership and management has put them in a little bit and see if we can get them back on track. And with guys like Pavel Fugelberg, Cooper Williams, Jamie Glantz in the AHL, I feel like we're looking a little bit better. Defense, we don't really have too much going on. But obviously we just graduated 3 dudes up, right? Now, the other thing is the buyout for Shesterkin that I floated. I forgot to look. I just totally forgot to look as to whether or not we were going to buy him out. But in real life, you can argue that contract's worth it. From a video game perspective, it's not worth it at all. And if he's terrible in Season 4 again, we'll probably have to buy him out before Season 5. All right. March 1st, 2029. The New York Rangers are 33, 19, and 6. How do you like that? Top of the division, 8 days out from the trade deadline, baby. We're cooking. We are cooking. JJ Peterka. I don't know why snipers don't score in this game, but 16 and 29, certainly not bad. JT Miller on 54 points, which is great. Panarin's still looking really good. I just realized the one thing I forgot to do is double check the power play. Wasselin's doing okay. Maybe not amazing. He actually dropped from a 4th line forward to a depth forward. Could be a good excuse to drop him to the AHL and get a replacement. Zibanejad is declining, and declining quickly, with 1 year left on his deal. Lafreniere's only okay. Brennan Othman, 6'9". Noah Laba's got 20 points. He's declined too. Trocheck's doing okay. Oof. And what about Edstrom? 18 points, 18 from McConnell Barker. 4th line's actually doing okay. So I don't know. Like, do we want to make a major change? Like, knowing that we could replace Laba, right? Like, we could get a new 3rd line center to replace Laba. We could get a sniper or a power forward for probably the 2nd line right wing spot, so Lafreniere could move back over. What are we doing defensively? Gavrikov, 20 points and a plus 28. Fox, 47 points is pretty good. Rantanen, 15 points and a -1. Borgen's got 13 points. Rantanen could also be dropped. And then Daxon Rudolph has done pretty well next to EJ Emery. But the thing about this game is, in real life, it can backfire too, so I can't really say it's about this game. But making your team better on paper can also mean they just play worse. So I want to see where Brady Wasselin stands in the rookie race. I still want Trocheck on that 3rd line because he's a 2-way. But Wasselin could definitely be replaced. Laba could be replaced. Down to a depth role. How's the goaltending doing? Shesterkin's playing well. Boyko, not so hot. Right. If we were to drop Boyko, in the system, we have Neuenschwander, we have Beckman. They have been destroying worlds for Hartford. So I don't know if I want to mess that up. Okay. First things first. The rookie scoring race. Very important to check right now. Wasselin is 13 points behind Viggo Bjork. I don't think he'll make up that ground. I don't think he will. Okay. Let's go to this deadline. Let's see what's available. But even though we have a good record, I see some cracks in the armor here that I think need to be patched up if we're actually going to go for this. But if there's also nobody available, then we will do what we have to do. All right, conservative buyer. We'll fix the power play, too, after the deadline. I mean, we could have done it for the couple of games, but... so let's go to find a trade. Love me my trade finder. So the Ducks, who are you getting rid of? Nobody crazy. Give me until after the deadline. Elias Lindholm. Lindholm for third line center could be pretty good. He has been awful. Oh my god, he's still got so much time left. Fabian Zetterlund. Zetterlund for the third line, move Trocheck to center. That's not too bad. Let me mark down Zetterlund on Boston. And Michelli, don't need him. Defensively for Buffalo, Samuelson. He's got term left. No, thank you. I don't think any of those guys are going to be that good. Calgary, Mackenzie Weegar. God, he's good, but he has that term left, and we have younger defensemen. Mangiapane is in the last year of his deal, which is pretty good. Kevin Ball, not in the last year of his deal. And then it goes down to like Pospisil, Kadri, Kreider. I mean, Kreider isn't what he used to be, but I do wonder if he could handle second line. Carolina, Bobby McMahon. Like, he's fine, too. Like, he's fine. I don't know. Jacob Trumba. Making $6 million still. Fuck off. Colorado, nobody too crazy. Columbus. It's like the first time Columbus isn't selling at the deadline. Kevin Fiala. First liner, but only playing like an 82. It's the last year of his deal. Might be the right time to just steal Kevin Fiala for pennies on the dollar. There is also Philip Deneau, but he has lost his abilities. Ian Cole's still got a little bit going on, but not a ton. Minnesota, nothing too crazy. A lot of teams are trying to get better right now. Evangelista's deal is up. O'Reilly and Evangelista. That could be good. Marchessault. Last year of his deal. Nick Hague. Oh, man. We could go for the blockbuster with Nashville. We could go for the blockbuster. That might be the play. Timo Meyer's got way too much time. There is Zach Hyman. Yeah, Zach Hyman. That's not too bad. Pajot, Palat. Pajot's not too bad. Like Hyman and Pajot? Like if we trusted Zach Hyman more than like a Jonathan Marchessault. Kiefer Sherwood. I don't know if I trust Kiefer Sherwood for top 6. Ottawa's got Carlo now, and really... Whoa, Dylan Cousins. God, why are you against adding term at the deadline? Because we got a lot of younger players that I'm trying to save those spots for. Cousins just isn't that good anymore. Paling, Tomasek... Max Domi, Letang, that's not too bad. Stevenson and Montour. Not what they used to be. Jake Neighbors. Not too bad, but he looks exactly like Will Cooley did. Not like in the picture, but in terms of stats and such. Matt Sundin. Matt Sundin on the Leafs. There you go. Ooh, Sergachev? Yeah. They are up with Barrett Hayton, but he is so expensive. I don't know if I could trust Barrett Hayton and Trevor Moore. Ronick, Wemberg, Pedersen. Okay. I was really liking the looks of Nashville. Pick the bones of the team that Barry Trotz put together. I mean, Evangelista as a playmaker isn't that bad, but if we went O'Reilly for the third line... Uh-oh. Let me guess, they don't want to be here. No, I just hit the wrong button. O'Reilly... Haig for the defense, because y'all know I love channel legend Nick Haig. Jonathan Marchessault. First round pick, Brennan Othman and EJ Emery. Holloway-Chuck, Othman and Emery. Sillinger, Othman, Funk, and Emery. Rudolph, Okay. We're going to need to do a manual trade on that bad boy, but I think we can do it. Nashville. The Schvill. I don't even know why you're selling. You're not bad this year. O'Reilly, Haig, Marchessault. Do you have a backup goalie? Don't tell me you just traded people. You motherfuckers. Why? It was perfect. Ugh. All right. Every time I go to... That's why I don't like using... I just like using the trade finder because it's quick. It's snappy. And the time I take to scout out and be like, let me do this. Let me do that. Nope. They just blow it up. I'm sad. All right, hold on. Right? Like, this should be good. Kiprasov a second, Yosbrand, Shishkinov for O'Reilly and Marchessault on retained salary, right? O'Reilly to retain or to replace Laba, Marchessault to replace Wasselin. Cool. Done deal with Nashville. We get our forward help. I do still need a second pair defenseman, who I wanted to be Nick Haig, but that's not allowed. I'm not allowed to have fun. So if we were a second pair defenseman on preferably an expiring contract, just so that it's an easier pill to swallow. It's not Yegor Zamula. It's Bobby McMahon. It's not Jacob Trumba. Again, has too much time. Demko's been traded to the Devils for Timo Meier. Good lord. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Jack Hare doesn't quite help. Again, I still wonder if maybe Fiala was the better way to go, but man, I don't know, man. I've been torched by Kevin Fiala in the past. Evangelista Lawton. I don't think there's going to be that defenseman. Is it Pelech? I don't know if I trust Adam Pelech as a second pair guy nowadays, but what's the price? Othman, 2/3 and Edstrom. Like, the price isn't that bad. I just don't know if Pelech is necessarily worth it. But he might be the only guy I can get. Oh, now Noah Cates is available. Are you kidding me? That couldn't have been the case 2 minutes ago? Then again, 2 first-round picks for Noah Cates isn't happening. Owen Tippett's got too much time left anyway. I wouldn't have gone for him. They do a Fabro, Emile Andre. I'm still kind of leaning towards Pelech. We don't have too much time left. How's Montour looking nowadays? We do need a left side defenseman, too. We need a lefty. I mean, again, Sergachev just had too much time left. Let's go talk to the Islanders about Pelech. Let's go talk. I mean, Williams. Can I do somebody else other than Williams? Like, I'm not against using the third rounders. But I do like Williams. He's one of our better prospects. I mean, Lemieux's not bad. How old's Tursunbayev? He's 20. What about if I give you Sergei Tursunbayev instead? And you retain on Pelech to make sure that I don't have any cap issues. Right? Right. What do you think, my in-state rivals? Just retain salary. He's leaving anyway. Don't be fools. Here's a 5th rounder to sweeten the deal. Whatever. Whatever. Just give me Adam Pelech. Don't make me regret it. There we go. Pelech, Ryan O'Reilly, Jonathan Marchessault. A hope, a prayer, a dream that old men will save me. All right, folks. It's time. Season 4. Postseason. We're back in the playoffs, baby. As the winners of the Metropolitan Division. Isn't it still weird that the Metropolitan Division's been a thing for like a decade now? It's really weird. But 46 wins for the New York Rangers. And Seth, yes, we have played tape to tape. I got to go back to that at some point. Let's look at how the boys did. And we'll, of course, take a look league-wide and see what's up from there. 84 points for Artemi Panarin. Not bad. Ageless wonder. He's now 37, by the way. Last year of his deal again. 75 points for JT Miller. 65 for JJ Peterka, which only 24 goals. I cannot get a guy that can consistently score 40 or more. Zibanejad's declining fast, but he still had 61 points. 60 for Marchessault, who we acquired at the deadline. Not great. I don't know if we're going to trust him for the playoffs. We'll see. Short leash. Vinny Trocheck was still great. Ryan O'Reilly, post-deadline, 7 points in 20 games. That's a bit more acceptable. Lafreniere, just 45 points. He's still got 3 years left after this. Jesus Christ. I think we screwed up his extension because it's a one-team no trade. That's weird. Brennan Othman did all right. McConnell Barker. The fourth line's done pretty well. But yeah, Laba might have to come back in. Defensively, 67 points for Fox. Rudolph, 17 points. Pelech had 5 points in 20 games, an even rating. He was awful with the Islanders. Monty, because it's technically correct, I think. 920 for Shesterkin. 38 wins. Okay. There might be some lineup changes in the future. Austin Matthews led the league on 125 points. Nylander right behind him. And then Kucherov. Your goal-scoring king was Austin Matthews. Shout out to Michkov, who finished top 4. Defensively, Cale Makar is going to win another Norris. I hate it here. I cannot get Adam Fox to be in that upper echelon. Winningest goaltender, Anthony Stolarz. Your shutout leader, Ottinger, Nabokov, and Stolarz. And save percentage-wise, for starters, it's Shesterkin. But we'll see if they give it to Bubtitsky, which they might. And Calder winner should be Jacob Little because of that negative 23 or minus 23 to Vigo Bjork. We'll see if it does it that way, though. We will see. Monty, yes, an announcement coming soon. Very soon, actually. So in the first round, we have drawn the Philadelphia Flyers. Oh, no. It's a chance at redemption, but will we poop the bed? Will we? I'm going to trust the veterans that are in the lineup for now, but like I said, it's a bit of a short leash. Because Wasselin could easily get the call-up back, which, by the way, in the AHL, 8 points in 14 games, only 1 goal. He hasn't actually been that good for Hartford. And then defensively, Joakim Rantanen, who was also sent down, he's only got 3 points in 14 games. So those guys haven't exactly given me a reason to rush to call them back up, you know? But let's get the confirmation. There it is. The Philadelphia Flyers stand in our way for the second season in a row. Travis Konechny, Trevor Zegras, and Matvei Michkov, Owen Tippett, Jet Lachenko, and Tyson Forster, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, Sean Couturier, and Bobby Brink, Porter Martone, Cole Knuble, and Tyler Boucher. Has made the NHL, okay. Defense is Cam York, Dante Fabro, Travis Sanheim, and Ryan Lindgren, Lassi Bolius, and Oliver Bonk. Goaltender, Yegor Zavragin. Good Lord. And Gabriel Dag is a scratch, because you can never have enough goalies, apparently. Oh, gentlemen, this is your second to last opportunity. It is season 4. We're only doing 5 in this 5-year challenge. We have definitely altered this team. We've developed some younger talent, moved on from some others. We got some prospects in the system, actually. Imagine that. Oh, but can this team get it done after those deadline moves? Game number 1 against Philly. Let's do it. First period, 2-1. Borgen and Panarin. Tyler Boucher scored. Second period, Vinny Trocheck makes it 3-1. And we take the win. Jonathan O.D. Marchessault. Indeed, Marchessault. 4-1. Rangers take game 1. Shesterkin didn't poop the bed. Give him time. In the playoffs, if there is a bed to be shat, he's your man, as we have discovered in this timeline so far. Game number 2. Hello? Why is it taking so long? Jesus Christ. Game number 2. I'm not changing anything about the lineups either. Speaking of number 2, Igor Shesterkin, get ready. First period is goalless. Second period is not. Third period, dicks. I mean, you can't totally blame him because we didn't score. But Konechny, Forster, and Zegras, it is a 3-0 shutout win for Philly in game 2. I can't blame him because we didn't score, but he got out-dueled by Zavragan. Yeah, that. What do you mean the Rangers can't score at home? Unrealistic. Game 3. No changes yet. First period. Goalless. It's been 4 straight periods without a goal. We do get a goal for old JJ. Third period. We are going to overtime. Double overtime. $52 shots to 34. And a Tyler Boucher overtime winner. In double overtime. We are getting goalied. Turns out Zavragin is Russian for Jaguar. Okay. I am officially worried. 1 goal in our last 2 games. Where is Panarin? Where is Miller? Where is Lafreniere? Where is Peterka? Not looking at the 4th line for any issues. We're not really looking at the 3rd line for any issues. No points for Mika Zibanejad. No points for Lafreniere. 1 goal for Panarin, 3 assists for Miller, 2 points for Peterka. Let's go Lafreniere, Miller, Panarin, Peterka, Zibanejad, Marchessault. Defensively, Fox has just 1 point so far. Third pair hasn't done too much. I mean, I can't blame Shesterkin so far. Game 4. If we lose this, the defending Cup champs are threatening to end our season again. First period, goalless. Second period, just like the core of this team. Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Miller, Panarin. It's just rotten. The Philadelphia Flyers have won 3 in a row and take a 3-1 series lead. We have 2 goals in our last 3 games. An all-time performance from Zavragan here. Hibbity-dee. Zavragan. I always want to say Zagraven or Zavragan. I don't even know how I want to say it. He's in my head, clearly. Well, the hell do we do from here? We're not blaming the fourth line. I mean, Ryan O'Reilly hasn't done anything. Lafreniere has no points and is a -5. Okay. Rempe has no points. Trocheck has 2 goals. Marchessault's got 1 point. Panarin has 1 point and is a -3. Good Lord. Connell Barker's got a point. O'Reilly's got nothing. Zibanejad's got a point. Lafreniere's got nothing. Peterka's got 2. Othman's got a point. Edstrom has a point. Peterka, Miller, Trocheck, Othman, McConnell, Barker, Marchessault, Edstrom, Zibanejad, Panarin, Lafreniere, O'Reilly, Rempe. Gavrikov's got a point and is a -4. So we'll bump up Pellick and Rudolph. Fox has a point and is a -4. Jesus Christ. Well, there we go. That's a good sign. We can't be much worse, let's be honest. It's Game 5 in Philly. We're kind of throwing in the towel here, but you never know. Maybe there'll be some voodoo magic on our side. First period, 2-1 Rangers, Peterka and Panarin. Second period, 4-2 Flyers. The Philadelphia Flyers, for the second season in a row, have eliminated the New York Rangers. Absolutely horrific. Yegor Zavragin just branded us right on the collective ass cheek. Property of him. That was atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Shout out to Mamoons for the 5 gifted as well. I am depression. I am sadness. Shesterkin, the sub 900. Borgen and Fox were tied for the points lead. Fox was a -2. Peterka had 3 points. Panarin had 2 and was a -3. Marchessault did absolutely nothing. Lafreniere was a ghost. We might as well have been a man down the entire series. Miller was okay. O'Reilly didn't really do anything for us. Yeah, I mean, this team is just, they are not it. They are just not it. We are going to sim ahead to the draft. I don't know if I'm going to go through the draft at this exact moment, because I feel like we're going to need to sleep off the pain and misery of a defeat that badly before we go to Season 5. But, actually, you know what? We will go to the draft because I need to get to the re-sign phase. I need to get to the re-sign phase to see if we're buying people out. That is the reality now. Like, is it going to be worth? Does the Montreal Canadiens have won the Stanley Cup? Is it going to be worth keeping certain players on this team? I don't know the answer to that. But Les Habitants have won the Stanley Cup. New Jersey swept Philly in the next round. Habs beat the Stars in the final. Actually, let's go look at their team. But it's been Winnipeg, Florida, Philly, and Montreal so far as the Cup winners. Montreal led by Demidov, Suzuki, Caulfield, Jake Evans. Of course, Hudson, Dobson, and Jacob Fowler in goal. Your award winners. Austin Matthews wins the Art Ross and the Hart. Cale Makar wins another Norris. Calder to Ilya Nabokov. Nick Suzuki wins the Conn Smythe. Stolarz the Vezina. Jack Adams to Jeff Blashill in Nashville. That's fun to say. Elias Pettersson wins the Selke. Austin Matthews to Ted Lindsay and the Rocket Richard. In the AHL, the Belleville Sens become the 4th different Calder Cup winner. Ethan Gauthier was the top point getter and league MVP and top goal scorer. Is it Brady Smith? I think it is. Top rookie. We were thinking about drafting him, right? Jeremy Poirier was the top defenseman. I think it's Kari Saarinen, top goaltender. And John Beecher, the MVP of the Belleville Sens winning team. Progress reports. Marchessault, Zibanejad, Miller, O'Reilly, Gavrikov, all suffering big drop-offs. Wasselin technically getting better. Fox is getting a bit better. Of course, Fugelberg's getting a little bit better, but okay. Let's see what we can do. Because like I said, we might have to look at buyouts here, and I can't look at them right now. But in terms of expiring deals, Adam Fox was on the last year of his deal. Oh my God. So Adam Fox is about to get a raise. That is devastating. Panarin is going to need to be re-signed again, and he wants a raise. You haven't done anything. You haven't won anything. What are we, the Maple Leafs? Trocheck's deal is up. Who's like the one long-term player I'd actually like to keep. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. To the draft we go. The St. Louis Blues have won the lottery. That's fine. That's fair. Retired players. Patrick Kane, Brad Marchand, O'Reilly's gone. I was really hoping one of the guys that I was tempted to buy out, Mika Zibanejad, would retire, but that does not appear to be the case. Carlson's gone. Yossi, the other Carlson. And for goalies, Jonathan Quick, Markstrom, Talbot, the big three there. Right. I can't say we have a particular game plan at this draft compared to last year. We just got to play it by ear. We do have our own first and now 2 seconds to be able to hopefully do something. Goalie-wise, we have Funk, who we signed last year. He could definitely be flipped. 2/3. 2/3 again, another 2/3. A second rounder from Florida. It's next year. Same for Nashville. A second and a third from New Jersey. I mean, we're desperate at this point, so we'll send this guy to the Devils for a second and a third. Thank you very much. Defensively, Fox, of course, could be traded, at least his signing rights, but that's not going to happen. Borgen is entering the last year of his deal, so I wouldn't be opposed to moving him now. Like, he's fine, but if there's the right deal. Like, for Jack Hare and a third, like, obviously Borgen's better now, but a high top 4 defenseman or 2 second-round picks. Signing rights to Fiala, Carter George, signing rights to Nikishin. Damn. Signing rights to Nikishin with the second and a fourth. Muted, take it easy, by the way. The 32nd overall pick from Montreal. I mean, Jack Hare as a high 4 is very enticing. Nikishin, we just can't guarantee would re-sign with us. We don't know what the hell he'd want. We're going to send Will Borgen to the Panthers for Jack Hare and a third-round pick in 2030. Let's get another younger player in the mix. Borgen is out. I mean, Hare's only a 70 at 19, but that's okay. Rudolph obviously stays. And there's really nobody else that has all that much trade value. Right wing side, Peterka could be flipped. I mean, this is the height of his value. He's not a major goal scorer. He's just not. He had 24 in the regular season. Oh, shit. Hit the wrong button. 24 in the regular season, 2 in the playoffs. If we're not a Peterka truther, this could be the right time to make a move. We could deal Panarin. We can't actually deal Panarin signing rights. Hedstrom doesn't have that much value. Might be worth flipping Peterka. Because we got Wasselen, who's going to be ready next year. Fugelberg. Othman needs a new deal. He should be an RFA, though. 3rd rounder. 2 3rd rounders from Buffalo. 2nd rounder from Dallas. I mean, a 2nd rounder from Florida. Minnesota. As Melicharik is on his way to St. Louis. I don't know if it's totally worth trading Othman, but he is just a 3rd liner for us, you know? I mean, a 2nd rounder could be anything. That could even be a future 3rd liner. At least helps us get younger and keeps the cap space down, especially if we're going to risk buyouts. Nashville is willing to give us our own 2nd back along with a 5th. Brennan Othman. Decent enough player for us, but nothing special. We're going to send him to Nashville as an RFA for a 2nd and a 5th. Right now, the goal is simple. This team is a fucking disaster because of the long-term contracts that were signed. And we need to set them up with picks and prospects to get out from under this on the other side. Miller and Zibanejad's deals are both expiring next year. So that does open up the room to trade JT Miller for Aiden Kelly and a 3rd. That is it. Can't trade Zibanejad right now. Honestly, let's do it. JT Miller, you're going to Montreal for Kelly and a 3rd. Done deal. Done with that experiment for sure. JT Miller is out. Goodbye. Goodbye. And then again, we got the Trocheck signing rights. Zibanejad will probably be bought out. Or we could just suffer through the term for one more year. Lafreniere could be bought out. But yeah, I mean, we tried with this team, but now it's like, okay, clearly this isn't working. Tear it down. LA has the 5th overall pick. That could be the landing spot for Peterka. Especially because Fiala's deal is expiring. So if we can get something for JJ here. God damn, they're looking good for high-end talent. God, they ended up with Verhoef, too. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, if I take the signing rights to Kevin Fiala, you get JJ Peterka, I get the 5th overall pick, plus. I hate how it switches what trigger does what. It's so annoying. I don't think we could get Verhoef, but there is Carbonneau. They also ended up with Cutter Gauthier somehow. I mean, if we can end up with Zach Carbonneau, I mean, that, or Charbonneau, whatever it might be. I mean, that's a hell of a deal, even if it is just to let go of Kevin Fiala. Like, he's just oh, come on. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. I'm glad they fixed that, though. I don't have to redo it. Anderson, Marchenko. There's also Fleury, Brustowitz, Greentree, my goat. Sharenko. When were you drafted? 2026. Pomedienne was 2025. What if we go for Sharenko? Glukans. So, Charbonneau, 5th overall in Sharenko, and Kevin Fiala as a tack-on. What do you think? I had a feeling it would be a little bit too much. That's okay. What about Bure as a low 6? Still too much. What about a 3rd rounder from Calgary? Blockbuster deal with the LA Kings. We flip JJ Peterka. We land the 5th overall pick and a younger player as well. And just like that, we have the most cap space available that we've had in a very, very long time. Like I said, the goal ended up becoming quite clear. This team wasn't going anywhere. We tried. So let's set ourselves up for the best pathway moving forward. And once Mika Zibanejad and Lafreniere are gone, Panarin as well, perhaps. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Artemi will be back for one more year. We'll see what the contracts end up doing. But 5th overall pick. Who does that leave us with? Gaspard Levesque. NHL Ready has confirmed wheels. There's also... Wow, so somebody took the guy who was projected 6th. Jay Reich, we don't know anything about. There's also Dominic Seleshny. NHL Ready, no comparison, no ability. We apparently don't know anything about McMillan. Juho Nyberg. Confirmed quick release and quick pick. Hello. And then there's also Oliver Tomastik. Confirmed elite edges. Level 2, huh? We got Orr. We got Maciejewicz. 1 year out with confirmed abilities. Can we trade back up? Potentially to pick number 9. No one's NHL ready like Gaspard. My wife would appreciate that joke. I mean, Gaspard Levesque looks unreal. Juho Nyberg is really interesting. Tomastik is really interesting, too. I don't know, passing on Levesque is probably a bad idea. Kid looks insane. Then again, a lot of these guys look insane. Zeleshny's probably getting ruled out. I think we take Levesque here and then try to get one of the other 2 snipers later on. So Gaspard Levesque, St. John, come on down. 83. Oh my God, he wasn't even a two-way. He was a playmaker. Whew. All right. Well, clearly that Peterka trade was worth it. Goodness gracious. Wheels and elite edges. Yes, please. Okay, never mind. Winning the cup might be back on for next season. Detroit. What could we get? Is there any way we can get that 9th overall pick? Is there any way we can get that 9th overall pick? Please. Also, they have a T.S. Esposito they're trying to trade. What if we give up our 26th? And medium fringe in McLean, just because we can. Is there anybody else? Obviously, we're not giving up Levesque, Hollowaychuk, or Sillinger. Who else do you want? Laba, Rempe, Ertel? Have too many players in the system. You got to be kidding me. All right. So what about the pick, this goalie, and a 4th? A pick, this goalie, and a 3rd rounder from Calgary next year. And a 4th rounder this year. We have multiple 3rd rounders next year. What if we use New Jersey's? And now a 4th rounder this year. Done deal. We also get the 9th overall pick. Let's go. We're cooking. Reich, Seleshny are off the board. So we do have our choice. Juho Nyberg or Oliver Tomastik. Tomastik appears to have the better shot. Tomastik is confirmed. The fact that he has elite edges, but Nyberg has quick release. God, I don't know. I mean, he has that higher level of elite edges, but Nyberg has quick release for a sniper. We're going with the Finn. When in doubt, take the Finn. 78, medium elite sniper. Oh, baby, let's go. Quick release, unstoppable, and quick pick. Welcome in, Juho. Happy to have you here. And that'll probably do it for us in this first round. I don't think there's too much else we can do. But like I said, now the big question is potential buyouts. If there's anything to happen there, and we have some other guys whose contracts are coming due. But look at the younger talent we've brought in. Again, Peterka out, JT Miller out. We're going to try to see if we can move on, if it makes sense to move on from Mika or Lafreniere or even Shesterkin. But we are definitely ushering this Rangers team towards their next era, which is what we needed. All right, so our draft is in the books after the first 2 picks. But that's fine. That's pretty typical. The big question is, will there be buyouts? Does anything make sense in terms of the numbers? And obviously, will we keep the likes of Adam Fox, Vinny Trocheck? What's it going to be? If we were to buy out Igor Shesterkin, 8 years of $3.8 million in dead cap. He's got 4 years left. Jesus. That is obviously a lot. Gavrikov, I don't think we have to buy out. If we were to buy out Mika Zibanejad, 2.8 in dead cap for the next 2 years. He's not that bad that we have to buy him out. What about Lafreniere? 6-year buyout at 2.5. Okay, so I guess we won't go anywhere with the buyouts. Because we do have $57.5 million in cap space now. But, you know, there's some issues that still very much need to be addressed. Season 5. 1 more year to go. There is hope for the Rangers, at least if you believe, once again, head coach Mike Sullivan, who thinks we can win a cup. All 3 years he's been the preseason head coach, he said we could win the Stanley Cup. Although maybe this year he's right, because we have landed on our feet despite some major moves. Top line this year is Artemi Panarin, who we had to overspend on to keep, but worth it, right? I think if we lost Panarin, we would have been in trouble. Zach Charbonneau. He's a second-line forward, but he's going for the Calder this year. We're immediately playing him on that top line with Panarin. And the other rookie, Gaspard Levesque. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, the 5th overall pick. Shout out to Crash Andrews. God, you're old.
Guy with the Patriots jacket, and of course he's been asked to leave.
Thank
the
you for
ball
the
game
72.
Good piece of pizza.
Gaspard Levesque, our 5th overall pick. Again, hopefully will be a Calder winner this year. Second line is Lafreniere, Mika Zibanejad, and Brady Wasselin, who is back. Third line, Owen Martin has made the team. Shout out to Owen Martin. With Vinny Trocheck, who is also back, making 3.5 for the next 2 years. Matt Rempe's still here. Fourth line is Adam Edstrom. In fairness, I might swap Edstrom and Rempe because it doesn't make a difference on the fourth line. Bryce McConnell-Barker and Quinn Finley, who we signed as a free agent because he was cheap. That said, he is not the only free agent we signed because they were cheap. For whatever reason, the AI in this game does not know what to do with Alex Nikishin. He was traded from Carolina to Minnesota, who barely played him. We were able to sign him to a 1-year deal at under $3 million. Probably could have signed him for a little bit longer and still have seen the contract be good. And a shout out to Cynical Blues for the 33 months as well. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know why the AI doesn't know what to do with Nikishin, but it'll be Gavrikov and Fox, Nikishin and Rudolph, Rantanen and Emery. Fox, much like Panarin, needed to get paid a ton to stay. I mean a ton. He's not worth that much, but we had cap space. I think I forgot to sign a cap whale. That doesn't surprise me. Maybe we were just at the limit. Goalies are Shesterkin and Lucas Beckman has made the team. We're going to be sending down Ottoson and Jack Hare to the AHL. We called them up for preseason purposes. But yeah, the whole point of this challenge is, yes, to try to win, but also to play it realistically and just make sure that the team's in a better spot at the end than where they were when we found them. And we have prospects in this system now. I mean, look, that top 6 kind of speaks for itself. Jack Hare on defense, a couple other guys in the mix. It's not the craziest. A couple of goalies in the mix. Like, they're not bogged down by these contracts. JT Miller. They're not bogged down by these contracts with players who just aren't going anywhere. Yeah, we got $22 million in cap space. Am I really not under the floor? Wow. Okay, that's how high the cap is. We're actually okay from cap perspective. That's good. We'll see what happens this year. I still think maybe this is our best chance. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll be terrible. We'll see. Okay. Trade deadline is a week away. We are 33, 22, and 2, but funny enough, that's not even good enough for a playoff spot right now. We are 1 point behind the Capitals with a game at hand, so we got a bit of work to do. But looking at the team and how we have done, we did swap old Charbonneau and Zibanejad at a point. Panarin is still outstanding. Zibanejad's actually done pretty well this year, given he's been an immense disappointment this whole time. Levesque, I don't know if he'll have a shot for the Calder, but he's not out of the race. Wasselin's been pretty good, not awful. Charbonneau's been pretty good too. Lafreniere, just he exists. And the third line-wise, Quinn Finley skyrocketed up 5 overall points already. He's been great. Trocheck's been awesome. Edstrom's been pretty good too. Owen Martin has been great. Like, we're getting contributions pretty much up and down the lineup, which is really nice. Gavrikov's been solid. Adam Fox has been outstanding. He struggled early on, but he's been much better. Nikishin's been good. Rudolph's been okay. Rantanen and Emery have both been fine, too. So, I mean, the team's definitely warmed up a bit. Goaltending is looking better. I guess the big question is additions at the deadline, but how many times have we bought at the deadline and it didn't really work out? I think the only thing to do would be find a better third line right wing and take Rempe out of the lineup because he takes too many PIMs. You know? It's probably about the best we could do. But yeah, I don't know from there. Also, we have 5 playmakers and 1 sniper in the top 6 right now. Lafreniere, I'm not willing to get rid of yet. If we were, again, I'd keep him for an extra year. I don't like to get rid of guys on already established contracts until they're entering the last year of their deal. So that's why he's still here. Then AHL-wise, again, those guys are getting better. Depth forward for Nyberg already. Glantz and Sharenko. Hare's up to a 77. So, like, again, I mean, the team is in a much better pathway, even if we're not necessarily going to be good enough to win this year. Definitely better than whatever the hell this team starts off as, and definitely better than whatever the hell the Rangers are planning in real life, which I still don't even really know the answer to that. But I know with how many teams we've used this year that eventually one of these teams, I'm like, what are they doing? They'll have success this year. But I mean, literally at the time we're playing this, right? The Rangers are equal in points percentage with the fucking Sabres. Near the bottom of the Eastern Conference, so. Let's see. Ooh, Bruins are selling Charlie McAvoy. Hare and 2 firsts. I mean, that is kind of tempting. I don't know who I'd take out of the lineup for him, though, because, again, we do know he's not going to be all that offensive. A couple years ago, he had a 45-point season for Boston. I just don't know where the hell he'd play full-time. But, I mean, it's definitely tempting to be like, well, if we're going for it. Sergachev's got some time left. Cirelli. Fiala's on a rental. Lafreniere, 2/3, a first. Sharenko, a second. I mean, yeah. Any game changers we could technically bring in would be rentals. Roslovic is kind of someone I was thinking about. You know, we talk about maybe a better 4th liner. He wouldn't be too bad, but God, the price for him is high too. Holloway, Chuck, and Rantanen, that's nuts. But yeah, 2 first-round picks is a bit steep, you know? Even Warren Fogle is apparently worth a first-round pick right now. Jesus Christ. What about Nuge? Second rounder, Emery and Martin. I don't necessarily want to take anybody away from our roster. So I think we're probably okay. Like, technically, yes, we could make the team better. But we got a lot of younger options. We got those draft picks as well. I mean, I don't know. How much better are we even going to make it, right? Like, if we get a better defenseman, like if we get McAvoy, that gets Emery out of the lineup. Emery's played well. He's played well. Why would we take him out of the lineup? As we know, higher ratings don't exactly equate to a better chance of success in this game. Like, even Matt Rempe doesn't necessarily deserve to be out of the lineup. He, of course, just takes too many freaking penalty minutes. So, I mean, that's pretty much the only move I would make is just another right-handed shot. I think center-wise, we're fine. I mean, Fiala doesn't quite fit. I mean, Roslovic does kind of fit what we want, but again, it was so pricey. Hollowaychuk, Rantanen, Kelly's one of our better like, it's Jack Roslovic. Like, I'm sorry, he's not worth that much. He just isn't. I mean, yeah, Rempe is going to take some freaking penalties in the playoffs, but I mean, I guess the alternative is like Keegan Colasar, somebody like that. Third round pick. I've been snake bitten so many times in this timeline by buying at the deadline. I think we're fine. The playoff race is incredibly close right now. Let me move the webcam over here. We are in the playoffs by a grand total of 2 points over the Washington Capitals. We do have a game at hand. There is no guarantees that we're going to make it here because so far in April, we have struggle bust. We do beat Carolina. That does seal the deal because of the Capitals' shortcomings. So thankfully, we have made the playoffs for the third season in a row. But the fact we had 46 wins and it took until the final week of the season is pretty concerning. But let's take a look at how the boys did. Best season of this 5 years for Artemi Panarin. Where the hell was this the whole time? Zibanejad also just had his best season with the second best in these 5 years. Season 2, he was pretty good. Trocheck was outstanding. Ageless wonder. Charbonneau, good chance at the Calder, but being a minus player hurts. Lafreniere did all right. Wasselin, Levesque, pretty good. Pretty good. Edstrom, Martin, Finley. I mean, I'm happy with that bottom six. And less than 100 penalty minutes for Matt Rempe on the season. That's not bad. That's not bad. Defensively, Adam Fox finally producing like that top defenseman. Is that his first point per game season? Yeah, that's his first point per game season in this run. That's insane. 45 points for Nikishin. Rudolph was okay. Rantanen didn't really do much with that extra power play time that he had. I don't think Shesterkin will be winning the Vezina. Beckman was a good backup, though. League-wide, Matthews leads on 112 points. Only 2 people broke 100 points. I don't know what's going on with the scoring in the game this year. It's so weird. It's so weird. 55 goals from Matthews. Nobody else had more than 45. It's so inconsistent, and I don't know why. Makar, Hughes, Bouchard. So, I mean, Fox still isn't going to win the Norris, but I don't know what's up with the scoring this year. 42 wins for Jacob Fowler. He's turned into a beast. Also led the league in shutouts. Yeah, he's going to win the Vezina this year. It might go to Stolars, but it should go to Fowler. And for the rookies, I think it's going to be Mathis Preston that wins the Calder. Rocco Pelosi was up there. Levesque. It's a little bit too far off the pace. Tulipov would win it, but the plus-minus is brutal. So, one more chance for these Rangers. These slightly younger Rangers to try and do something here, as we will be taking on the Hurricanes of Kakalaki. And I did think Charbonneau was a rookie, yeah, but I guess not. It let me say he could go for the Calder. It was kind of weird. Before we start this, honestly, I think we just leave things as they are. Only thing I was wondering about was the power play with Rantanen, but you know what? We'll just leave him. No big deal, because otherwise it'd be like Quinn Finley getting power play time. So, there's some hope. There's some optimism. Again, down in the system, Fugelberg, Nyberg, Kelly, Sharenko, Glantz, the Rucks, Koopa Williams. Like, we got those younger guys that are on the cusp of making the team. I don't think we can say that this team isn't in a better spot than where we found them. I think clearly they are. I mean, first 2 years we didn't even make the playoffs. Last 2 years we did. But like the younger talent that we've added in, like, yeah, Zibanejad, Panarin, they're not long for the team. Lafreniere, I'd get rid of eventually, but like, again, we have their replacements in the system already, so, which we didn't necessarily have years before. Carolina, at least you're not Philadelphia. Svechnikov, Aho, and Jarvis, Jackson Blake, Logan Stankoven, and Nick Ehlers, Bradley Nadeau, the former UMaine Black Bear, Victor Fyodorov, and Frank Vatrano. Sean Farrell, Pius Suter, and Taylor Hall is still playing. Defense is Slavin and Connor Murphy, Sean Walker, Keandre Miller, Zeev Booyam, and Zach Whitecloud. Goaltender, Devin Levi, and Spencer Knight. It wasn't all that long ago. These two were viewed as like, you're definitely going to be two of the best goalies in the league. Knight's certainly closer to being that than Devin Levi is. And Iorio Badenka and Goss Bear. I like the I like the attempt to cut out the hair from the background, but it was just like, yeah, no, this just isn't happening. All right. Let's do it. Let's see. Third year in the playoffs. We've only won a single series so far. Can we end this on a high note, at least, please? First period, 2-0 Rangers. Fox and Panarin. Good way to start the postseason. Never pay a goalie $11.5 million in franchise mode. Never do it. Rempe scored to stop the bleeding, but it's 3-3. And we do ultimately win 5-3 thanks to a couple more power play goals from Zibanejad and the former Hurricane, Alex Nikishin. So, despite Shesterkin's best efforts, we do hold on to take game number 1. My God. Never pay a goalie $11.5 million. Just don't do it. Don't do it. No matter their rating, they're not worth it. Game number 2. First period, 2-1 Canes. Panarin gets another goal, which is great, but he's loving life without JT Miller, by the way. Second period, 3-1 Hurricanes. Third period, and that's a win for Carolina. Igor Shesterkin getting out-dueled by Devin Levi. All right. Oh, maybe it is just actually Carey Price in disguise. A 4.07 goals against average for Igor through 2 games. Awesome. Game number 3, not changing anything yet. We're not too desperate. First period, there we go. Lafreniere and 2 goals for Owen Martin. How do you like that? What a pickup he's been. Second period, make it 3-1. Third period, and Charbonneau gets a goal. That was the insurance we needed. It's a 4-2 win. Didn't expect Owen Martin to be one of our key players, but hey, I'll take it. And how nice of Igor to actually show up. Oh my God. No changes before game 4. Let's just go for it. Let's see. First period, 1-0 Hurricanes. Second period, 2-0 Hurricanes. I mean, I can't even blame Shesterkin for that. We just didn't score. Ranger tendency in the playoffs, man, to just disappear. 2-2 through the first 4. Not great. Not great. God, before Game 5, is there anything we want to change? We're running Shesterkin till the wheels fall off because that's what he's getting paid to do. Forward-wise, Panarin's been good. Zibanejad's been okay. Levesque's been out of his depth so far. Wasselin hasn't done too well. Charbonneau hasn't done too well. Lafreniere. Let's bump up Lafreniere. And we'll have a kid line on that second line. Finley hasn't done much. Trocheck, Edstrom. Yeah, third and fourth line, it's been kind of interchangeable. Like, they haven't been a negative, but they haven't been a positive. Let's make that change of Rempe and Edstrom to try and generate a bit more. Gavrikov and Fox. Nikishin and Rudolph have been pretty good. Rantanen and Emery have been getting ripped apart. So out of necessity, we'll put Emery with Nikishin, Rudolph with Rantanen. Game 5. We need a win. We need a win. First period, 1-1, Jarvis and Charbonneau. Second period, 2-1, Panarin scores again. Third period, there we go. Trocheck and Lafreniere. We are 1-1 away from going back to the second round. For the first time in 2 years. Igor just... God, I wish that consistency was there. Really, really wish that consistency was there because it would make this a lot less stressful. Game 6. I don't think we've had a series go 7 either. First period, 1-0 Hurricanes. Second period, we get 2 goals, both from Artemi Panarin. Third period, the New York Rangers have won a series for just the second time in these 5 years. I'll drink to that. Gavrikov, the empty netter. We eliminate the Hurricanes. It's not the most convincing or inspiring victory, but a win is a win. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Oh, and that will set us up for either Philly or Pittsburgh. We have beaten Philly in a playoff or beaten Pittsburgh in a playoff series. We haven't beaten Philly. We've been eliminated by them the past 2 years in a row. Panarin was great. Zibanejad was honestly really good. A couple more guys that we're looking for a bit more out of. Again, the rookie in Levesque. A little bit disappointing so far. Finley and Edstrom, we need a little bit more support. But Fox and Nikishin as big-time OFDs, they are putting up points. Emery and Rantanen not so hot. Shesterkin, by the end of the series, finishes with great numbers. I mean, it was really just that game 1. Outside of game 1, he was awesome. But I mean, we say outside of game 1 as if he didn't make it through half an hour worth of play. Noted goal scorer Matt Rempe. Yeah. So the question is Pittsburgh or Philly. I think I know who I'd prefer here, but not really. And we have an answer. The Rangers will have another showdown with the Pittsburgh Penguins. The 49-win home ice advantage holding Pittsburgh Penguins. What do they look like? Ville Koivunen, Ben Kendall, and Rutger McGroarty. Tommy Koistinen, Max Domi, and Patrick Laine. Dmitry Pochelnikov, Will Horkoff, and Phil Tomasino. Mikhail Ilyin, David Tomasek, and Bill Zonin. Of course, that team would be having that success with Max Domi as a 2C. See, Leafs fans? It's possible. It's just the Leafs problem. Because otherwise, of course, he could be a successful 2C. Defense is Liam Bichsel, Rasmus Anderson, Tom Willander, and Owen Pickering, Harrison Brunick, and Logan Hensler. Goaltenders, Blomqvist and Sheloffs. Blomqvist has been their guy, and he's been pretty good so far. James Scantlebury is the only scratch. Let's see what happens. We're pretty close in goals for per game, pretty close in goals against as well. We have the second best power play in the postseason. Game number 1 in Pittsburgh. First period is goalless. Second period is not. Bichsel and Ilyin. But the Rangers come back in game 3, or third period of game 1 even. I'm drunk. Nikishin, Carbonneau, and Quinn Finley. Rangers take game 1. Nikishin from downtown, by the way. Oh my God. Whew. Well, that is a game 1 victory. Good for Igor. Good for Quinn Finley, by the way. The former Islander stepping up and delivering when we needed the help. Very nice. Very, very nice. I mean, we said this team might be better than last year's team. Game number 2. Derek Jeter, number 2. First period. Oh, God. Well, Charbonneau and Wasselin score, which is good, but we do allow 3. Second period. Oh, Igor. Why? Igor. Jesus Christ, man. Third period, and there it is. 6-2. 6 goals on 27 shots. A stat killer for Shesterkin, as we got ripped apart by the Penguins' top line. Mike Sullivan just left Igor out there. And you know what? I approve. Send a message that you're supposed to be the number 1. 1-1 split after the first 2 games on the road isn't too bad. Game 3. No changes yet. First period, 1-0 Pittsburgh. Second period, 1-1, Adam Fox on the power play. Third period, 2 goals apiece. Ville Koivunen scores with 9 seconds left to force the OT. Goals for Rantanen and Martin. Frickin' Tomasek was Sparta kicking Shesterkin into the net when he scored based on that location. Third period, and the Penguins take it. I meant to say overtime after a crazy third period, and the Penguins take it in OT after scoring with 9 seconds left. Pittsburgh leads 2-1. Okay. Not great. Not great. 10 goals allowed in the last 2 games. I mean, we're down 2-1. We've lost 2 in a row. Igor's down to a 9-14. Beckman, when he's played, apparently has a win. We're still not necessarily getting enough out of some of these guys here. Rempe's got 2 points and 11 pims. Edstrom, just the 1 point, but less penalties. Trocheck's got 4 points. 2 from McConnell Barker. 4 points from Martin. We're going to go Martin, Trocheck, Edstrom, Finley, McConnell Barker, Rempe. And Wasselin's got 7 points. Let's go Wasselin, Zibanejad, Panarin, Lafreniere, Carbonneau, Levesque. Defensively, Gavrikov and Fox haven't been overly notable. Let's try Fox and Rudolph, Nikishin and Gav. Maybe not. It's the problem with 3 offensive defensemen, you know? And they're all on that left side at the moment. Let's try Fox and Emery, Nikishin, Gavrikov, Rantanen, and Rudolph. Let's try it. What's the worst that happens? We lose again? We're already down 2-1. Game 4. A big, big game 4. First period. I should have bought out Shesterkin. I should have. Panarin gets our only goal. Second period, make it 4-2. Edstrom got us to within 1. Then Zonin scores. Third period, the Pittsburgh Penguins lead 3-1 in this series. Beckman steps in for Shesterkin and kept the Hyenas at bay for a little bit to give us a chance, but it wasn't enough. The fact that our backup came in and earned first star of the game should be absolutely embarrassing for Igor Shesterkin, who's down to a .905 with a .327 goals against average in 10 appearances. Can already tell, too, if I put in the backup, he's going to get ripped apart this game. But, I mean, Lucas Beckman's been great, so let's give him a chance. What's the worst that happens? Rantanen we're actually going to take out for Drew Hellison, who we claimed on waivers. Might mean that Hellison ends up on the power play temporarily, but whatever. Let's do Fox and Hellison. Nikishin, Gavrikov. Rudolph with Emery. Offensively, I mean, at this point, it's tough to say. At this point, let's go with the highest rated dudes. Charbonneau, Zibanejad, Panarin, Lafreniere, Wasselin, Levesque, Finley, Trocheck, Edstrom, Martin, McConnell, Barker, Rempe. Actually, you know what? Even with the defense. Actually, I lied a little bit. But we'll put Gavrikov with Fox again. Game number 5. We must win, or the furthest we're making it with the Rangers is the second round. First period, 1-0 Penguins. Second period, 3-1 Rangers. Old Charbonneau and Owen Martin keeping us alive. I hate it here. Overtime, and the Pittsburgh Penguins, 57 seconds in, eliminate the New York Rangers. 5 seasons, and all we have to show for it is 2 second-round playoff exits, which means I have technically been more successful than the Toronto Maple Leafs. So at least I have that going for me, although it doesn't say much. Great effort from Panarin. Honestly, a pretty good effort from a lot of these younger guys. But let's be honest, what sunk us here? Igor Shesterkin. I mean, I guess you can blame the team in front of him if you want, but that's an $11.5 million goalie who just cannot get it done in the playoffs because elite goalies don't mean anything in this video game. There's our 3 postseason runs. His highest save percentage, a .907. Again, in this video game, never pay goalies a bunch of money. Don't do it. It's not worth it. In the slightest. And if I had to redo this challenge again, the first thing I would do is buy out Igor Shesterkin. But, you know, again, like, I do think this is a very interesting team. You know, it's kind of gone. It was a rebuild on the fly, right? Move on from a lot of the guys where it's just like, you know, we tried with the core that was built up. We tried, as Montreal, I think, just won back-to-back cups. But we tried with the core that was there, and it just didn't work. As Gaspard Levesque? Why? There were like 5 players who were better at scoring than Levesque this season. But we do have a Calder winner. I'll take that. That should be high elite. Gaspard Levesque is the 5th overall pick last year. What the hell is that? So case in point that this team is actually in a pretty good spot moving forward. After trying with that core, not being able to make it happen. Yeah, the rookies have already done the thing. Montreal beats Vancouver in the final in 6 games. The all-Canadian final. What did Montreal look like? Suzuki, Miller, Hudson, Caulfield. Yeah, okay, some point. What a pre-existing core looks like that can be successful compared to what the Rangers have going on. Jacob Fowler's turned into a beast, too. The second they pay him this offseason, he's going to suck. He's going to suck. But we've seen Winnipeg, Florida, Philly, and then back-to-back titles for the Montreal Canadiens. Matthews won the Art Ross and the Hart. Makar wins the Norris. Levesque does win the Calder. It's been fun, New York, but I'm leaving. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Goodbye. I'm out of here. I hate this game. Fuck these 5-year challenges. I don't want to do another one. Leave me alone. Don't ask me to play this game anymore. EA. All I've ever done is wanted your game to be better, and then you do that to me. I'm going. I'm gone.